Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fan cams. And welcome back to Carlton football in Melbourne at the MCG as the Blues beat the Tigers by 5 points. 12 goals, 14, 86 to 12 goals, 9, 81. Oh, they made it tough, didn't they? They made it so tough, but we got the win. We're going to touch on all of those moments. Goodness gracious me. So many of those moments towards the end there in particular. It felt like they nearly lost it and nearly let it go. But a win is a win. 4 points is 4 points. Early in the season, you bank them and you run. And, you know, you learn lessons while taking away the 4 points. And it just goes to show you can't get too complacent in this game because you just get showed up. That's the reality. Fair play to Richmond. Wow, we might spend a bit of time on Richmond today. Welcome Bam to membership. Welcome Rowan to 42 months of membership. This club's going to kill me. Yeah, well, we're back. This is us. This is Carlton. They do it the hard way, don't they? It's never going to be easy. I don't think they'll ever just, win from start to finish. But nonetheless, it is what it is. We are here. If you're new to the fan cams, it's basically talk back with video. We'll go for a nice long session tonight. And depending on how we go, we might do a little bit more tomorrow afternoon. Bit of day talk back on YouTube during the day. Let's begin. Pommy. Squeaky bum time, mate.
Mate, that was like squeaky bum time from the opening bounce, wasn't it? I mean, it was like 4 quarters of just bum squeak. Dear. I mean, geez. I mean, we hammered the point home last week that this side ain't sexy, so stop expecting it. I mean, what's that? 5 points under it, 5 games under a goal now?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? That we've won our last 5 wins. Jesus. Do you remember this time last year? Last time we heard that was people saying Collingwood winning wasn't sustainable. We know how that ended up, didn't we? I mean, long way to go, but you know what? Fair credit to the boys because that was a game that in isolation, it looked like we'd lose. I have done watch-alongs way too long now that I can smell a Carlton defeat.
Yeah.
And them games are literally Carlton defeat. Carlton defeat. So, you know what? Fair play to them. They found us a way. More players stepped up when it counted. TDK's 7 minutes in the fourth. Fuck me. I didn't know if it was TDK or Dean Cox.
Yeah, he was certainly one of the positives tonight. Mate, I was in a really weird energy tonight. I was just so confident no matter what was happening that we would win. Halfway through the third, I know it wasn't looking good, but I'm like, I just can't see us losing this game. Like, I just felt like we were the better team and we just needed to switch on and grind it out. Then things started happening. I'm like, oh my God, we're throwing it away. And then that last play, I don't know what it looked like on the screen on TV, but that last play where inside Richmond's forward 50, I think Williams and someone go up, they fumble, Bolton has it in his hands, and my whole life flashes before my eyes. I'm like, oh my God. But they held on. And,
big moments, isn't it? Big moments.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that this club has lost for a long time. It hasn't. It's had big players and big names and players that are sexy. I don't think it's really for a long time had a moments man. And Cripper, moments man this week.
Yeah.
TDK. Mitch McGovern he's turning into a fucking animal. He's like, honestly, like Mitch McGovern's first quarter on old mate Dustin, like it was one of the great battles, wasn't it? It was absolutely the great battles. And I think it's got to be put in perspective, right? I have watched round 1 for too long and Tigers have battered us and we've been pants, but we've always put in a little bit of a shift. Round 1, traditionally, when we were rubbish, you kind of had hope. You just lost to the Premiers, but you were like, oh, we were gritty till the end. It was that fourth quarter, but we were gritty. It's all right. We're going to be good this year. 2 wins later, 2018. You know what I mean? I started to think, Jesus, I left football for this. So We know, and do you know what though? We didn't do this enough last week. Full credit to Richmond.
Yes.
Because you know what? Last week, they got absolutely peppered. Do you know what I mean? They were bechamel sauce last week, weren't they? And you know what? Derbies, they brought it. They brought the heat. And in the end, you know what? For the first time in a long time, how many times have we said this, Terry? We've done what? 4 fan cams after a Richmond game. 2 of them were when we were dog poo, and 2 of them when we were a little bit better. How often do we say, just the class, isn't it? It's just the experience, Terry. When we get that, watch us. And today, it was the class and it was the experience. And you know what? Fair play to him, because you know what? Joey Boy, he's a Tigers man. There's Daz, my good mate, Daz. Both respectful throughout the game. You know what? Cracking game of football. Not viewer-wise, but cracking game of football. That is a showcase of our game. 2 teams not wanting to lose.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Tigers lose. I actually, at the game, I didn't realize Prestia had been subbed out. Gibcus goes down. They're a man down. And they looked at certain points in that third in particular to just be better at the contest. I actually thought, I mean, we'll go through, maybe got to go through the numbers again, but initial reaction right now is that we lost the contest battle overall from whatever they would want to be doing every game. I thought Richmond beat us at the contest.
Richmond did their homework. They did their homework. Do you know what I mean? They did their homework. They had the rub of the green. And you know what? When you have the rub of the green at times, you've got to take your chances, which they did. They structured up around the ball. They knew our weaknesses and they exploited it at times. But end of the day, do you know what I mean? You've got to give full credit to our boys. Our boys are getting hard. There'll be people out there saying Carlton didn't deserve to win. Do you know what I mean? I watched Collingwood win, 22 games last year, and 20 of them they didn't deserve to win. I don't think they give a shit when that premiership came into Vic Park, and I don't think any team will do. And you know what? Fair play. And you know what? You know what turns me on a little bit? Oh, Charlie Curnow at centre half back, eh?
Mate, you know what? Tonight, I for the first time this season, it's only been 2 games, but I was like, wow, we're really missing just some of the steady heads, Wiedering and Doc. You know, you lose one, you're like, okay, well, you know, next man up, fair enough. Just some of those moments with the defenders, and I just wonder how much difference some on-field instruction from Doc and or Wiedering would take. And I'm just like, well, can we just get Wiedering back into this defensive 50, please?
You know, when people complain about leadership, right? How do you think 2 world wars were won? How do you think all the great battles in history have been won? Because a leader dies and someone else has to step up. You know what I mean? Like, you can sit there on the beach crying, but you ain't going to go home and see mum, dad, wife, daughters, sons. You're probably going to die. So you've got to step up. And you know what? Charlie Curnow, a lot of people questioned his vice captaincy. I know you and me talked for ages, Terry, and I said, I think he's a captain in the making. He showed you captaincy tonight. He went down there and suddenly that back line held firm. No Jacob Wheater. And you've got to remember, that is a huge hole. I'm not going to ever make excuses. They're professional footballers. But you know what? You add Wheater into that side, a little bit more calmness, a little bit more bold. I do want to give a shout out to Lewis Young and Brody Kemp, though. Like, especially Lewis Young. He ain't a supreme A-grade, all-star, whatever you want to say, all-Australian backman. And I'm sure if he was sat here, he'd say, yeah, I'm not. But you know what? His head could have gone down. His head could have gone down. He made some stinkers at times. Credit to him, though. He kept dusting himself off and going for that one-on-one contest. And I have seen key defenders in the past make them mistakes and absolutely check out. And if he checked out, we would have lost that game. Fair play to him that he kept on going. And you know what? Kemp as well. Fair play to him. He could have checked out. And this is why I say positive energies are so important. The last thing Lewis Young needed was being told he was gash every time he went for the ball. He needed to stand up, and ultimately, he walks off that field a winner. And all 23 players tonight probably have a little bit of a question mark about what they're about. They all had some shockers at times.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they leave the field the winner. And at the end of the day, that all that matters. You know what? When you win a flag, You don't. You. If we win a flag this year, you won't go. Round one though. That was bobbins. You fucking won't remember it.
Yeah.
And they have a week off. We play North Melbourne. So let's fucking do it. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm ready, man. Like, honestly,
I know. It's
these games are doing my head in. Win, lose, or draw, my ending of my fan cams are going to be the same. Who the fuck is next?
Yeah.
Line them
correct.
up. Line them up.
Gotta...
I don't care if we lose, win, whatever. Line them up.
True. You just got to keep moving. It's one of those wins where you come out of it and I feel like they'll review that pretty hard and say, right, we got to get back on track with our focus. I thought, what I thought tonight? Like the tackle pressure, it was there. I can't say it wasn't there. And the reality is, until we learn to use the ball efficiently and clinically, it's going to be not sexy. It's going to be a grind.
Terry, these players, I've been watching them since they were 17.
Yeah.
Half of this siding ain't elite kicks, man.
Yeah,
You can't, do you know what I mean? Look, right, if you're 5 foot, you ain't playing NBA. Give the dream up. You can't be 6'8". Life's hard, but you can be the best 5 foot person in the world at something else. These boys are what they are, man.
Yeah.
And what they have is heart, determination, and at the moment, they've showcased a will to get it done, man.
Yeah.
A will to get it done. That I like the pressure today. It was 220.
Really?
In the second, like these boys were like just making up new pressure numbers. And my big criticism of Carlton, and I think this is a psychological stigma because everyone says, be a good kicking side, be efficient, be good, is they try and force the perfect pass. There was a few times you saw Jack Carroll just have a ping, lad, but he tried to make it perfect. You saw a few players run inside, just tried to make it perfect. And you know what? There was a player last year who I felt like was trying to make it perfect, and it nearly ruined his career. Harry. Harry was trying to be perfect. And look at Harry now. He is relaxed.
Yeah,
he is the Harry. Me and Leckdog did our warrior circle. And it is my fault Carlton was shit. I didn't warrior circle this week because I was stuck doing repairs today. But he looks relaxed, man. He looks calm, doesn't he? When he takes that mark, like the casualness of his first goal, sticks the ball on the ground, ties his shoelace. He looked like he was going to fall asleep. There was no pressure.
Definitely looks to be moving with a different level of confidence. And you get confidence from your preparation. And his preparation's obviously been at a really high level and it's showing. The routine is there. Kicked important goals when he needed to. Took big, strong marks when he needed to. Sheesh. Charlie, all of a sudden going back to 2022 and rushing it. Tried to just kick the skin through the footy after the mark. But it's, like I said, it's one of those wins. You learn from it. You probably you take away lessons from it almost like it was a loss, but you've banked the 4 points. You get a break, rest the bodies. We are actually pretty fortunate. We're a team that's going to have a second bye. It's a unique proposition that we've got, and to almost buy a week for Wiedering and buy a week for Walsh and Martin and Jesse Motlop. Hey, question before I let you go: was Fantasia injured or was he just subbed?
I think he was struggling, not injury wise, just his output at times. Okay. He had a what we like to call back in England a western supermare. He had a bit of a nightmare today, didn't he? Yeah. I've got to say, just remember, right? I know the media narrative. We've got the Friday show coming up. You know the media narrative, Terry. The media narrative is going to be Brave Tigers, lackluster Blues, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you into a secret. There's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as bad luck. There's no such thing as, all that rubbish. That's just nonsense to give you an excuse to feel not so good when you win and feel better when you lose. But the facts are you create everything in there. The boys had to find a way, man. They had to find a way. And we'd be having a different conversation if we lost. So was it sexy? No. Am I going to rewatch that and go, I can't wait to watch this? I'm dreading watching that replay. That's going to be 4 quarters of bobbins in it, but
yeah,
we won. And
we won.
we
won.
go on to the next.
Yep.
Harry was kicking goals for Bants. Charlie with his high black socks. Tell you what, them tube socks were taking me back to being a 14-year-old emo.
Well, we've got a big day tomorrow. We've got reviews to get out. We've got Media Watch back tomorrow. So I look forward to that. Pleasure doing business with you, my friend. 2-0. Let's move on.
Mate, line them up. Which fucker's next?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go Blues.
Good on you, Pommy. Cal, all the way from Vegas.
All the way from Vegas.
What's going on, mate?
I'm tired. I'm pretty tired. It's 5:30 in the morning. But I mean, I was actually quite impressed with that win. You know, we've had a lot of wins in recent time where we've had to really dig deep, and that was another one of those. You know, they showed a couple of stats after the game. We've now won each of our last 6 points or less, and in each of our last 9 games, 10 points or less, we've won 8 and drawn 1. So we're clearly winning all the close games now. So it's I was impressed by the win.
It depends how you look at it. You know, are we starting to turn the page? You know, we've gone from losing close ones to starting to learn how to win them, and I don't know. It was almost like we made it really difficult for ourselves. Put ourselves under enormous pressure. You know.
Yeah. I mean, for a good majority of that game, you know, I was texting the family who were there tonight, and they were going, we were playing better, but we were probably deserved to win, and then we sort of just weren't really getting in front. We'd get our nose in front, and they'd get a goal straight away, and then finally at the start of that fourth quarter, we were really sort of put the scoreboard pressure. Finally, we got to a decent margin, and then we sort of mucked up a couple of times, and they, put us in the back foot again. But again, that last 4 or 5 minutes where, similar to the Brisbane game, we just had to hold on those last couple of possessions and just sort of fumble the ball around a little bit and just kick it to space and just kill the clock. And clearly, Vossi, whatever he's doing behind closed doors, it's really working.
Yeah. Who were some of the standout players for you? Like, I'm going to struggle with this, giving a player of the game. Who was it for you?
Between Gov and Crip, I can't split them. Those two were phenomenal. Gov, I think had 25, 26 possessions and almost 10 intercepts. He was very good. Cripper had 30 plus. Harry, again, he was very impressive. He took a few big marks and kicked a couple of 50-meter goals. But if I was to pick one, probably Gov just over Cripps.
Yeah, fair. Mate, the bye. That's it. Have a week off.
I won't have to be up at a stupid hour next week, but I'll be watching the other games regardless. But at least I can fall asleep if I need to.
Yeah. When are you back?
Mid-May. So that's sort of around 10, 11.
Wow. Mate, listen, phenomenal effort. Thanks so much for jumping on. It's such a ridiculous time of night for you. So I really appreciate the effort, and we will see you on the next installment of the Fan Cams.
Exactly right. I'll be there.
Mate. See ya.
Take it.
All right. Michael McDonald with the $5 says, it's the absorbing anything given and saying, take this and winning. This is the new Carlton. Thank you very much. The Booze Hound with the $5. Spud Webb was 5'6" and won the 86 NBA dunk contest. Muggsy Bogues was 5'3", led in steals. Young didn't leave the field a winner because of his own efforts. Thank you very much, Booze Hound. All right. Ed, hello, mate.
Hey, Terry. How are you?
I'm alive, mate.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
It was a stressful night at the footy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Classic Carlton.
It was. I was trying to, in the last quarter, in the last 10 minutes, I was trying to find an excuse to sort of stand up and do something. But I was stuck. I was in the members area. It was just like sardines. I was like, I got to pace around the living room right now. Yeah, look, I think the main reason I found it frustrating is that I actually liked a lot of what we were trying to do. I
Yeah.
just thought the execution wasn't there. Um, in the first 10 minutes, it was. We were running it through the middle of the ground nicely. And at one point, I think it was 3-1. And I thought, yep, this is how I expect us to play. And we're being bold and taking it on through the corridor, and we're giving the handball that just seems a little bit we're not giving the obvious one, and I liked that. And then we had multiple opportunities in the second to put it to bed and sort of put a bit of a gap in them, and just the polish just wasn't there. And I know I've talked about this ad nauseum with you, but just that entry into the forward line, it was just killing us. And not only was it not being successful for us, but it was allowing them to somewhat rebound. And yeah, just I actually think the structure of what we were trying to do was actually quite good, and I'm confident we can get it right. Just some super uncharacteristic errors from players that we all know can play well and rate really highly. Like there's a specific moment, but I think it was Newman in the third. He got a 50 and he handballed it to. We tried to handball it to Boyd, and he just missed him from maybe 2 meters away, and then Boyd boots it out on the full. And I'm thinking that's not the Newman of last year, but we get that right, and that can be a goal. And there are lots of moments like that. So let's say that moment. Let's obviously say Charlie's decision to play on. Boyd's miss in the last quarter. I wouldn't expect that from a good kick like him. We could have won that game by 25, 30 points. I really do believe that, and we just didn't. Also, I don't know if we should completely say that Richmond are a terrible side. They had a terrible first half last week. I thought they fought really hard, and they've got some classy players that I think we did pretty well to make sure they didn't get away from us. I was a bit worried at one point. Dusty looked like he was going to get off the chain. Shai Bolton looked like he was going to get off the chain. Lynch looked like he was going to get off the chain. But do you know what? This team knows how to fight. They know how to fight really, really well. And I mean, he's so well decorated, but I just don't think we should ever not acknowledge the type of performance Patrick Cripps gave tonight. He lifted us off the canvas. And the goal that Chera kicked in the last, I don't think Cripps will get a stat for what he was doing in the play prior to it, but he just throws himself at the ball and on the deck and basically says, hey, sets the example. This is how hard we're going to try to win this game of footy. And everyone went with him. He's a fantastic leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, that's about all I got. You and Pommy touched on Harry and how good it is to see him being confident. And I also think both Gov and Kemp, except for Kemp's last attempt to switch the ball into the middle, which almost had me pulling my hair out.
Brady, what are you doing?
The worst thing about it is that the mark before it was sensational. So I was just like, this. That's like a game saving mark. And had he not taken it, they would have got a goal. And then he gave them a goal anyway.
Yeah.
But Kemp and Gov, I think, are showing a fair bit. I guess the question is, what does the mix look like when Wiedering's available? Right now, I'd keep both those gents in. And that's not to say anything negative about Lewis Young, but I think I've got Gov and Kemp in our best 22 at the moment, moving forward. So, yeah, mate, that's how I saw it. I feel like I need to do some meditation or something before I go to bed. Just
some breathing, some sort of like deep breathing exercises. Wow, this sport is just unbelievable, and the way in which our club plays, it's just not pretty. But what you said earlier, I mean, I was really excited early on.
Me too.
There were a few chains where we moved the ball quickly, handball, switch, like just completely move the defensive scheme. To become reactive to what we were doing, and it was clinical. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this is great, and that's probably where my confidence came from. And then, I mean, you just got to give credit to Richmond. We see with Charlie what he does to defenders, and he gets in their head. I think there was a passage of play with Dusty where I think Gov just changed his mind of what he was doing, and he ended up turning and facing Dusty, and happened right in front of me. I'm like, we see that happen with Charlie all the time, and he's got that effect, Dusty.
It's just the impact of Dusty, and he makes you pay so quickly, doesn't he? When Kemp tried to take Mark of the Year, which actually I think he had the right to fly for that. He was in a good position, but it hits the deck, and Dusty's got it immediately in turns and goals.
Yeah.
He's just a champion, and sometimes champions do those type of things. Just one more observation, mate. The last 2 games we have defended in our D50 in the last 30 seconds in these contested ball situations super well. I know there was a big deal made of how Collingwood are able to basically pack the ball in, and they did that in some tight ones last year. I thought we played those last 30 seconds both this week and last week really, really well. So, God, I don't really want to be there very often, but at least when we are, it looks like we've practiced it. So that's good. That's good.
A week off.
Yeah, I already need it. We're 2 rounds in, and I can't wait for the bye.
Yeah. No, look, listen, they've done well. I mean, going into the year, I think a lot of us were thinking go into the bye if we can. I think a lot of the rhetoric was if you can find a way to be 1-1, and then you get Wiedering, potentially Walsh, Martin, Motlop comes into that equation now. Great. So it's early in the season. We're not playing our best footy. Kind of makes sense. And
there's, yeah. I mean, we're 2 and zip. And if you'd said, would you take 2 and zip with the players we haven't had available, and we've shown signs, I think everyone would be pretty happy now that we're 2 and zip at this stage. So, proud of the boys. Fought it out. Wasn't the most enjoyable win I've ever seen at the footy, but they can't all be.
That's right.
Yep.
Love it. Love your work, Ed. We will chat soon,
mate.
my friend.
Cheers, mate.
See ya. Kane Everett has been a member for 40 months. Wow. Interstate member here who rarely gets to see games in person. Got to go today. Why do they make it so stressful on me up the baggers? Mate, welcome to Carlton football in Melbourne. Also, members of the channel, there's a big announcement coming on the fan cams at some point. We've got a very special offer for you. So Andy Cracker, $5. Hats off to Richmond. 3 men down and still kept up. Take the 4 points, have a rest and reset. Yeah. Well said. Oh, mate, so much credit to Richmond.
Yeah, you got us.
Tyler.
Hey, Terry, how you going?
Mate, I'm good. I'm good.
You're calm, Terry. You're just calm and content.
Yeah. Mate, we've been through so much. We've been through trials, tribulations, punches, stress, and we're just learning to deal with it,
Yeah, 100%, mate. Look, it wasn't pretty, and everyone said that, and it wasn't. But you know what? I don't care. I'll just take the 4 wins and go home with the win. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I could see what we were trying, and you can see what we were trying to do. I did love that passage of play from it was all the way in Gov all the way down to Kennedy. Oh, good God, that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful play. And it was interesting, like you got to 3/4 time, and even though we were down, the stats showed like 55 scores of turnovers were us. Like majority of our scores were off turnovers. I just couldn't believe it. And I watched the Voss press conference, and he said even he couldn't believe it. He said like we were getting beaten in the contested ball, but we were on top in the turnovers. Like he couldn't believe it. But full credit has to go to Richmond, and also that Gibbs. Oh goodness,
Gibcus.
Thank you, Gibcus. Injury. Oh,
Yeah.
that was hard to watch. That was very hard to watch. But hopefully he's all right. But not looking good. But I just want to say, McGovern. Oh my God, 2 weeks in a row, Terry. Oh my God.
He wasn't alone tonight, and I mean Ed just touched on it there. I know there were errors, but our willingness to kick the ball through the middle of the ground was there.
Time.
It was there. It didn't come off sometimes. We messed it up sometimes, but that is the formula to becoming a better side for us. I really believe that.
100%. And you could just see it, like mostly mostly coming out of the defense. That's what we were trying to do all the time, and I loved it because it changes the play so much, and it gives us more opportunity. Yes, it could have been executed better at times, but like in the end, the good signs are there, and you can just see that if they just execute those kicks, it's going to be great. It'll come with time, 100%. Cripps had a blinder, absolute blinder, but one player that I was very happy with was Harry. He came out again, had another good game, 3 goals. Missed a couple, but you know what? He's going to miss them. But his routine is looking really good. Really good. You can just see that he's worked on it. But as well, just wanted to quickly touch on, I loved our tackles at this game. Our tackle pressure was really good. Our pressure was elite at majority of the match. It was elite. And each week so far, like last week, it was 15 tackles in forward 50. Now it was 16. And then add an extra layer to it, we had a further 16 in defensive 50. So it just shows that really that pressure that we can bring can really change the game. And I love it. And you just got to give full credit to the boys. Like it's a tough game. Like I wish I could have been playing like at this level.
Yeah.
But like
you know what? Like I mean, we've learned, and it gets repeated every year. It's hard to win games of football.
Yeah.
It's hard to win games of AFL footy. When you start winning, you can almost get sucked into this false sense of, we should be doing this or we should be doing that. Mate, this league's so tough. And last
100%.
week, everyone's looking at Richmond like the big slider of the year. All of a sudden now,
no.
Mate, they had heart. And I'm actually probably a bit more impressed with Richmond than what I am tonight.
I'll be honest. I was like, I literally thought at some point they were going to roll. They were going to roll us. Like,
yeah, man.
They hung around, but I couldn't believe it. I just want to get your thoughts on, like, it was at the start of the game.
Yep.
I'm not really much of a fan of having a go against umpiring, but that decision with Lynch was by far the worst free kick I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I can imagine it would have been pandemonium at the G. What was your thoughts on that? Like, I couldn't believe it.
Are you talking about the one where Lewis Young, like, he took his eyes off the ball, but minimal contact?
Yep, that's the one. Even the commentators were saying it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I was howling at that one. I think in real time, it probably looked worse than what it did when it slowed down. The one that got me going was the one a little later on. Cripps was in a one-on-one, getting held. He's too strong, so he throws his opponent away.
Yes.
Mate,
that was disgusting.
Throwing my phone. I was like this close to throwing my phone and like just bursting a bubble. Couldn't believe they called it.
I know. And see, it was funny. Like my wife was watching the footy, and she's not really a big footy fan, but she's starting to get into it. Even she's gone, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, yeah.
And I just couldn't believe it. But hey, look, we're this team, and it was mentioned by David King, of all people, might I add, said we're becoming the next Collingwood in a sense. That some of the games last year where Collingwood were dead and buried and wasn't expecting to win and all of that, we still come out on top because we've got a little bit of ticker. And I would rather go down with a bit of heart and having a good go rather than just getting blown out of the water. Like, seriously, this team has come really far. And you got to love them. Seriously.
Yeah. Just like that, we're 2 games down.
2 games, Terry.
You know, before we know it, we're going to be, 10 games in, and before we know it, we're going to be 20 games in. So, you know, you enjoy them while you have them, whether you go to the games or you watch it at home. And yeah, but Tyler, you're a star. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers, Terry. Have a good one.
You too. All right. There's a few of you that are in transit. I see trains. I see this. I see that. Jad?
Now
Jad?
arriving at Stanley.
How you going?
Are you at a good time, or do you want to wait? It's up to you.
No, all good, man. I'm about to get off, so I'll just walk and talk to you.
Yalla, talk to me.
Yeah. Nah, man, look, just the thing on Richmond, I'm just
Cutting out, brother.
personally.
Hang on.
Can you hear me?
Cutting out. No, you there?
Just get me back. Get me back.
Yeah, I'll bring you back in. All right. Josh, let's do this. Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. How you going?
How's your voice?
Does it sound cooked?
Sounds like you've been screaming your lungs out tonight, my friend.
I was hoping the microphone would sort of like cover it up, but it's probably just made it worse. But yeah, I was fucking losing it. How good is it to be at the back of the footy? That's the first thing I got to say.
Yeah.
Like 83,000 people at the G. There's like nothing better than it, I reckon.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, it's it was stressful and it was frustrating and it was all of that, but I come away with it. My sister was with me tonight. She hasn't been to the footy.
Yeah.
I mean, with her in ages. One of the games late last year, and just to have it all back, the sound, like just the energy, the going at umpires, going at Richmond, just the whole lot. It's good.
yeah, mate, the first time yelling ball after 6 months. Oh, best feeling ever. I swear there's nothing better than it. But fuck, the cardiac blues. The cardiac blues, that's what it was. I just read a stat. I'm sure it's been already mentioned that we've won like our last 6 games by under like 5 points. But we're learning to close. We're not losing them, which is a good thing, I see. And also, we survived Brisbane and Richmond. Everyone was so worried about, Lynch, don't know. We survived without Wiedering, which says a lot about our depth and character. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but like all that really matters is that we got away with the 4 points, I think.
Yeah,
So,
no, spot on.
Good.
Spot on. Yeah, and like I said earlier, we made it a little difficult for ourselves with some of the errors. But I think in the past, those errors get punished with goals for sure. So there may be, I have to look at it again and watch it again, but there has to be something said for the way we set up behind the ball. So if you do make an error, you're able to, regroup. And I saw a lot of that. Even that, that final play was probably symbolic of a lot of the game. 2 blokes go for the ball, spillage. Bolton's got the ball in his hand, 30 meters out on a pretty nice angle. Sard finds a way to just get there and lay the tackle, lay the pressure, and just get us out of jail a little bit. And yeah, it's lessons to be learned, but lessons with 4 points are better than lessons with no points.
100%. 2 years ago, we lose that game. Richmond probably kick
For
away
sure.
4 goals. Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. Richmond would, I think 2021, good example. Tight. This is the opening round. You there? I don't know if I'm frozen or you're frozen.
I'm here. No, it's me.
Okay, shit.
Continue.
Technical difficulties. Anyways, so 2021, like from what I can remember, we're playing the Tigers, it's opening round or whatever, and like we're close, and then they just pull away, and we weren't able to keep up with them. Whereas they had their opportunities to pull away. They got ahead by 10 points at one stage, and we managed to stay with them. And then, to be honest with you, towards the end, we should have really, like Charlie marking that in the goal square and then getting a bit excited and playing on, and then it gets smothered. And then that was a game of moments. And unfortunately, we probably as well didn't convert very well. What did you think? That second quarter, the pressure the boys came out with was intense but we only converted to 3 goals and 6 behinds. Like we should have put much more on score.
Story of the game. You can bring the heat, and that's an important part of who we are. And we know as supporters, when they bring that heat, that's the difference between us being, average and pretty good. But then there's the other part of it, and that's executing. And it just wasn't there in the second quarter. Could have put more pressure on them and maybe broke Richmond down a little bit mentally. But I mean, you just got to give credit to Richmond there for hanging in.
Mate,
Very similar to last week. The Lions missing certain goals and us just hanging in. Similar,
You know what? I don't think Richmond are going to be as bad as like what people are saying they're going to be. Like, you look at their team, they still got like a few good players. Yeah, they're getting on and the new coach. But like my mentality in tonight was sort of like, I don't know, just going to the game and all that, looking at social media, and everyone was like, we should easily win this. I'm thinking, yes, we should easily win this, but like we can't expect to win it. Richmond will still come out firing. Like they got a lot to prove, especially after last week. They looked horrible against Gold Coast, so of course they're going to try and bounce back. So I feel like, Richmond had a lot to prove tonight, and I don't think they'll be that bad. But this is a character-building win, mate. Like, it's really good. We're 2-0. We've got the bye, which is, you know what? Like, that's the one thing I will say I like about this whole opening round. It's giving us a bit of leniency to get Wiedering. And I know I texted you about Walshy in the morning, sort of shitting myself when I read that thing, but apparently he – apparently there's in the roaming BT, he said that he's looking all right or something. I don't know if you heard about that, but he spoke to Brian Taylor.
I did. I saw some comments in the chat about Walshy and what he said, and that he said it's, we just got to wait. The thing with Walshy is it's just I almost feel like it's out of everyone's control, club included. Like, he's either going to pull up well next week or in 2 weeks, or he's not. And if he is, he'll play. And if he's not, we have to look at what else to do with his body. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but the truth is the truth. He's either good or he's either good to go or he's not. And it is what like, what are we going to do? We have to move.
Next man up, Next man up. Jack Carroll's been all right. So I hope we just need Walshy. Hopefully he's hitting those recovery sessions well, fucking going to the sauna, getting everything sorted. Hopefully he'll be all right, surely. It just makes me sad because Walshy's one of my favorite players. So just like, I don't want him to become like a Charlie Curnow talking point like a few years ago when we were talking about Charlie, like, if we had Charlie or Charlie's not talked about. I just hope Walsh doesn't become that player, but we'll see what happens next week, I guess, with him.
Yeah, look, the journey of footy life is it's it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly right.
Good stuff, Josh. Good to have you back, and see you soon.
Go the Blues, mate. I'll see you soon.
Go Blues. Ciao. All right, Jad, let's see if you're good to go. How are you?
Hey, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're good, man.
Beautiful. All right, so, mate, I was like watching that game today, and I'm pondering how are Richmond still in this game? Like, maybe it's just the way that I saw it, but I thought we were fucking killing them in general play. And I just thought we were just falling over our own feet. And then that got me like thinking, like, you've heard of the saying that styles make fights? And I think with Richmond, like, that saying applies the most to them in the whole league, because they play in such a distinct way that when it works for them, it looks like they're really, really hurting you. So just they're the complete opposite of us. Their list profile and the types of players that they have scattered around is completely different to what we have. So when they're hitting the front of packs and they're pouncing on the loose ball and they're streaming forward in numbers, it looks like it really hurts you. And that's why, like, I'm actually very, very happy with where we are right now. Like, I really am. To get a win, to hold down the fort with our outs, to just compose yourself in front of a packed MCG and just see it through. It's what good teams do. You see it like in soccer all the time. The champion team finds a way to win. And I know people have said this like earlier, but the champion team finds a way to win. And when I compare it to this time last year, when we beat Geelong, and it was in our 3-0 start, and people were saying, okay, Carlton's won 3 in a row, but they're not they're not really that good. I feel it's I'm looking at like this start as the opposite to that now. I think we're building so well, man. I can see we have so many levels to reach, so many gears to shift through still. And I could really see it today when I was watching us. We had our good patches, and I'm thinking, my God, if we just tidy up a little bit more composure and not have these mistakes, these individual errors, we win today by 5 goals, Terry. Like, I'm not even concerned about that. I'm not even concerned about the win. Like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, people are a bit concerned. Okay, we just scraped through. Credit to Richmond, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's more to do with us. Like, I think if we tidy up some things, we win that game comfortably. And I'm so pleased when I compare it to this time last year. I'm just seeing a completely different level of maturity. Completely different level of maturity, and they look at each other like, boys, we know what we have to do. We know what we have to do. So, yeah, I'm just very pleased. I want to give a shout out to the defense. Like, okay, there were some bad mistakes, but I think overall, like, all of them, every single one of them, has got me really excited. Like, I think they're showing fantastic signs, despite some of them individual, mistakes. I think without Wiedering there, like, I really think we have the making of a top 4 defense in the league. I don't know if that's going too far, but that's just the way I see it.
No. Time will tell, but you got to be tested, and we've had 2 big tests. I from my lens, I was sitting up on level 2, had a bit of a view and a bit of elevation. I love the willingness to kick the ball. The way we're moving the ball or trying to is different. We've got better guys in the team who are playing right now by foot. I think of Boyd. I think of McGovern, who was there for a lot of last year as well. But just the willingness to do it. I haven't even mentioned Elijah Hollands in the mix yet. So plenty to come. Plenty to come. Yeah,
well, one thing with Elijah Hollands, it's like like Richmond's list profile. Go back to that. I'll be honest with you, I'd get a bit envious at a bit of their profile. Like, they just seem to have those players that we don't have, those really fleet of foot, high agility, low center of gravity type players who can absolutely destroy you if you give them a meter. And I think players like Elijah Hollands can maybe add a little bit of that to our list, because I do look at Richmond, and even though they are dead, I do think that we can really, if we can get our hands on that sort of a little bit of that profile of player injected into our squad, we'll go to another level again, because I do feel like that is sort of what we are lacking at the moment.
Yeah. Well, mate, tell you another guy that impressed me tonight, Noah Bolter. Unstoppable force.
Fuck me. I've been ripping him all week, mate.
A clinic, bro. A clinic on how to play football at both ends of the ground.
Jeez. But he's an enigma, mate. Like, he'll do that this week, and then next week he'll cost them the game. Like, don't worry about him. We've had enough enigma types. We don't need them anymore at Carlton, mate. Give me consistent brilliance over that any day.
That's true. Very good.
Very good, man. Very good. No, I think that's about it, mate. I'll let you move on.
Sounds good. Take care, bro.
See you, mate. Bye.
Ciao. All right. Danielle and Janaya, hello. I'll get you one quickly. How are you?
Hey, Tiz. How are you?
The good luck charm. The new BA.
Nice.
Is that going to work? Yeah, there it is.
Thank
you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Talk to me about the game. What happened?
What are you going to say?
I don't really know what happened.
You know what? Me too. I don't know what happened.
It was, I didn't think your bracelet would be a good luck charm, to be honest. Like, I don't know. That was weird. The tackling was fantastic, I thought. But I think there were like big mistakes from both teams. Umpiring was shocking. And I don't know. I just felt like just when you thought we might have got a bit of momentum going, something happened and it went, So it was an ugly game, I think. But hey, we got the 4 points.
We move on.
So what did you think?
Stressful, frustrating, but
Yeah.
also love it. I love it, mate. What do you mean? I love it. I love all of it. I love all of it. I love being back at the MCG. I love getting out of my seat uncontrollably. I love screaming at the umpires when I disagree with some of that bullshit that they were throwing at us. Sorry, I should. But yeah, I love it all.
Yeah, well, that was Janae's first win at the G because we were there last year when it was a draw. So I had such a bad feeling. I thought we're going to lose by a point here. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and then when Charlie, when that happened in the goal square, I was like, oh no, what's going on?
Crazy.
But I thought, well, I don't think he had his best game, obviously, but if he could kind of have a game like that but still kick 2 goals, I thought, well, that's kind of like a positive. And, you know, if we can have an ugly game like that and still get away with the 4 points, there's something to take, I think, from that too. But I really did like the tackling. So I don't know what our tackle count was in the end. I have no clue. But
69. It was 69 in the end, which is a pretty solid number.
yeah, okay. It's hard when you're at the game because it's like you've got to watch it again to analyze, you know, what's actually happened. But yeah, no, I was so stoked that we got the 4 points and we got to put the scarf out the car on the way home. And
well, as Paul Sebastiani says, we moved.
That's it. So,
all right. Well, Janaya, thank you again for the bracelet. I will bring this. This will be with me every day. I won't go in the sun and the water with it. I'll make sure I look after it. But thank you very much and see you soon.
Thanks, Tez.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
What champion. Speaking of Paul Sebastiani.
Oof, sheesh.
Welcome back.
Come. Oh, dearie me. By hook or by crook, eh?
Carlton footy.
Yeah, they don't make it easy. How's my mic and internet okay?
Your mic's good. I feel like your connection's not great.
Yeah, it might be a bit dodgy. How's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're like frozen,
Yeah,
but I can hear you.
I'll hop on my phone. I reckon my phone will work better.
All right, I'll get you back in shortly. All right. Andy, Monday Blues on a Thursday.
Monday Blues on a Thursday. What did we just see, bro?
That is quintessential Carlton doing it.
That's as Carlton as it gets. You're right.
Yeah.
We won. You know, we won. We made it look very, very hard. Man, we kick straight. We're a bit cleaner. We probably win by 10 goals, man. Like, it's hard to really, without watching it. I was at the game, obviously. Without watching a replay or anything, it's like it's hard to really tell what kind of game that was.
Yeah.
Full credit to Richmond. Man, 2 on the bench for an entire half, pretty much. And
I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I don't know. Mentally, they just did not stop believing.
Yeah. Noah Bolter was in the best form I've ever seen him in. But it's enough about the scum. Harry, you know, you got to take positives. We won, like massive positive. We won. I was speaking to Morris, you know, Morris from Facebook. He actually called it the best. He goes, bro, in 2 months, we're going to look back. We're going to see the W in the column. We're not going to remember that we played crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, silver linings, bro. There's a lot of silver linings. Our pressure was off the scale in that second quarter.
Yeah.
I just wish we capitalized. And that's the theme of the week, I think. Everything wasn't perfect, but it was good. It was all right. If we're a bit more polished up forward, we're having a totally different convo.
Yeah. It's so weird and funny how important the regular season is. And then there's like when it really matters at the pointy end of the season, getting in form at the right time. And then it's like, well, you actually really need to be forming finals. And then it's like, well, you got to be like, we go through and we like put so much focus on how important each week is. And they are. And tonight was very important because you need the 4 points. But then the siren goes and you're like, all right, bank it, got to move on. It's so weird.
That's it. That's exactly what it is. We got a taste of September last year.
Yeah.
And we got a good taste of September last year. And we just keep banking them. I want us to hit form later.
Yeah.
You know, lessons, wins, and finals, inshallah.
Inshallah. Where were you sitting?
Level 2 behind the goals.
Level
behind
2
the
behind the goals. Okay, great. So I was kind of like flankish level 2.
Yeah.
So you're behind the goals. Did you notice the willingness to kick the ball into that middle part of the ground and execute it more than normal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the way it was do it at any cost. And I loved it. Like I loved it because that space in the middle just opens everything up. And again, it's just a polish at the end. We did so much right tonight. We really did. And it's going to be, when you look at the scoreboard and when you think about, you know, the end product heading towards goal, you're going to be like, oh, it was an average game. It was a really good game. We did things pretty well. It's just that we just couldn't finish, and unfortunately, that's just what the conversation will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty. It's weird. I felt so weird when I left the ground. I honestly win. Happy with the win. Should have been by more. Bit flat, but we won. You know, that's all that matters.
I think we're maturing as a fan base.
I think we are, bro. Good call.
We know what's
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago, beating Richmond round. Well, you know what? 2 seasons ago, beating them round 1 was just the best thing ever.
That was a premiership, bro.
Yeah. Who was your player of the game?
Man, interesting question. I thought Cripper was really solid for 4 quarters. Harry took his moments. Gov took his moments. Maybe Newman. Maybe just again without it's hard, bro. I'd probably go Cripper, bro. Just for his consistency over 4 quarters.
Yeah, that leadership piece.
Exactly.
Even the blocking he does for his teammates doesn't come up on the stat sheet. There was a play in the 4th. I can't remember who he blocked for. Might have been Akers. And like Cripps didn't go for the ball. It's just these little moments where he, you know, in seconds gone, he's grabbing it because he knows he's the best player. So just little things like that. I love to see it.
Speaking of maturity, that's maturity in Cripper because 3-4 years ago, he's going for that ball.
100%.
And we'll probably get done holding the ball so that's maturity in itself. And that's leadership, like learning and passing that knowledge on. And good call, bro. We're maturing. That's maturity. That should be the theme of the week, I think, going into the bye. Because we've done a lot of maturing over the last, year, say.
Yeah.
I didn't even stress in the last minute, bro. I wasn't even stressed. We're gonna win. We're gonna defend this. What we do.
What about that last play where it was Williams and someone they both went for the same ball.
Oh yeah.
Bolton has it in his hand, and then it's like, oh my god, everything's froze.
It's like, look, I was still confident because we're 5 up. I was like, for them to get a goal. Look, if they get a goal out of that, hats off. It's gonna take a great goal to get them over the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I said I wasn't stressing. I was a little bit stressed when that happened.
It was a little bit.
It was a little bit of all right. But you got to back the boys in now. A minute to go. We're up by less than a goal. The system works.
Yeah.
And you just got to get there. Yeah. That's what this season is about. You got to get to the end of the year fit and just bank wins. Even no matter how ugly. Even though I don't think it was that ugly today.
No, it was just stressful.
Yeah.
You know,
Another week, bro. Another week, another win.
Another week down. Thanks for coming on the Jumper Punch this week. That was great.
That was a great experience, man. Those boys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, it was such a good experience. Those boys are different level of fun, man. They're so knowledgeable, and Rocco's experience as a Carlton supporter is unmatched almost.
100%.
So yeah, shout out to the Jumper Punch boys. Thanks again for having us on.
Absolutely, and shout out to the Monday Blues. You guys are close to 1,000 subscribers.
We are, man. We're like 35 off or something, which is massive for us, bro.
35 off? No, we're gonna get that right now. Hang on. We're gonna get that right now. We're gonna do it right now. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Monday Blues. Guys, there's 700 of you watching. Surely 35 of you can hit subscribe now on YouTube.
Appreciate it, bro.
Surely.
Legend.
So we'll get you guys to a K, and
bro,
we'll speak to you soon,
appreciate
man.
it. Appreciate everything you do for the whole community, Terry. Honestly.
No worries, my man. All right, take it easy.
Have a good one, bro. Go the Baggers.
Go Blues. Is Paul Sebastiani back? Paul Sebastiani's back. Paolo.
How's that?
He's better. He's back.
Much better.
Do you know what? I just realized something.
What?
The stress is gone. That was a fucking mighty win. That was a great win.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You can. Do you know what? I'll say this, right? If I had said to you, and this is what I've been telling people when the emotion sort of subsides and we all look back and assess the first 2 weeks of the season. If I had said to you, no Walsh, no Wiedering, no Doherty, first 3 weeks, we're going to be 2-0. Would you take it?
100%.
Correct. Right. So that's the. I think there's 2 ways you can look at games, right? There's results-based analysis and performance-based analysis, right? And I think our performance in the first week was phenomenal after quarter time. I thought our performance tonight after quarter time again was strong, but you win the game in the final third and the back third, right? And I thought for patches we were pretty disappointing in our final third, aside from probably Harry, to be honest. Harry spectacular again in front of goal. I think we've put to bed the myth that he's redeeming himself and he is a poor kick for goal and he's got mental demons and he can't play. But the first 2 weeks of the season, he's been able to deal with a lot of expectation and a lot of pressure placed on him and a lot of pressure placed on us. Don't forget, this is the first time as a group that they've come into a season with expectation of a really good year. And how we were going to deal with that and how we've dealt with that, we didn't know yet because we haven't been through it. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think, and I said this before we played the Brisbane game, I actually think we've had one of the best pre-seasons for quite some time, just this 4-month block and the way we've led into the season. And I'm very, very pleased with what I've seen. It's always nice when you go to training and the eye test is fulfilled when they actually start playing. Because I think what we've seen at training over the last sort of 3 to 4 months and what we saw in the back end of last year is true. There is a reality to it. And tonight, for me, it was just, and I know I don't want to compare Premier League or anything like that because it's a completely different ball game. But, Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, they will always tell you the game is won at either end, in the boxes, in the final third and in the back third. And tonight, our final third, we had that patch in the second quarter where we couldn't put them away. It's not as though the way in which we play creates opportunity, right? We had opportunities to put that game to bed. Would you agree?
For sure.
Yeah. So we had opportunities to put that game to bed. If we weren't creating opportunities to put that game to bed, then I would be worried. That's when I would be worried. I'd be like, geez, what are we doing? God, we're playing out of our back half the whole time. I think defensively from stoppages, we were pretty poor. for the majority of the part. And every time we kicked a goal in the first sort of 3.5 quarters, they would get a goal back almost instantly, which it just saps the momentum out of you, I think. So, and to do it without Wiedering as well, I thought, Kemp has these moments where he looks like Stephen Silvani, and then he has these moments when he looks like Aaron Mullett. But he is still very, very inexperienced when it comes to key position defending. And I think people forget about that too. And, I've been really impressed by what I've seen the first 2 weeks. We've won 2 ways. We've won with an impressive performance up at the Gabba with our backs against the wall, and then we've had to do it a little bit ugly against Richmond. And I think we all just need to just settle down. That don't rip into guys like Kemp and a few others who are still inexperienced, is still learning the caper as well. It's not to absolve them of mistakes. It's not to absolve them of errors with ball in hand or errors in the air or errors in positioning or anything like that. But I really like what I've seen the first 2 weeks, and I think both performances have been really, really strong. And credit to Richmond tonight. Richmond were really up for it. They had a lot of things not go their way, but a lot of their experienced players stood up, and a lot of our experienced players stood up. I thought McGovern was fantastic tonight. Again, I think his first 2 games of the season have arguably been his best for the club. Been super impressed with Harry Mackay. George Hewitt has been fantastic as well. And I love Tom De Koning's final quarter, because Nankervis had the best of him for the first 3 quarters, but the young man fought on, and that's all you can do. And Chera, look, it wasn't his night. It definitely wasn't his night output-wise, but didn't he have a big moment?
Yeah, man.
He had a big
moment. And that's
moment.
what it's about. That's a Rocco. It just, when you talk about moments, I just think of Rocco when he first was coming on the fan cams.
It might not be your day. It might not be your night, but you gotta make it your moment.
It's like he has the word trademarked in my mind. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You might be having the worst game, but like, your moment comes and you gotta take it. It's like stamped in my brain.
Of course. I think I don't want the guys to get sucked into the whole, we won, but it was a bit. Celebrate it, lads. Celebrate it, but keep getting better. Celebrate it and just continue to work on your game. Continue to work on your mid-forward connect. Continue to work on your defensive structure around stoppage. Continue to work on your spread. Continue to work on that connection in the back line between Kemp, Young and McGovern, because truth be told, we're probably going to have to rely on them for the next, week or so, or maybe it might be even longer than that, mate. It might be even longer than that. So 2-0, we go into the bye undefeated. We're going to get a few players back. Jack Martin and Jesse Motlop will make that forward line a lot more dynamic and a lot cleaner as well. Mm-hmm. Just the things that they do off the ball and the things that they're able to do ball in hand, I think they're a little bit, they are more advanced than what probably Orazio and what Matt Owies are, I think. So I think that the replacement for those two will come with Jack Martin and Jesse Motlop. So there's a little bit of improvement there. Then you look at Jacob Wiedering. There's leadership and improvement when he comes back into the team. Sam Walsh, I think, was either post-game or during the game, and I think there's a bit of confidence now that he's starting to work his way back into things too. So it's a long season, mate. And we've banked some big wins in without key personnel, which is what good footy teams do. And, it's by hook or by crook, however you do it, the best teams have to win ugly. And now we just need to continue to put performances together, because the more you put performances together, results will start to churn over. That's what elite football teams do. That's what elite sports organizations do. Performance-based analysis, performance-based in the way in which they look at the game. You can get sucked into the result and you can say, we're a 10-goal better team than Richmond. We're better in this facet of the park. We're better in this facet of the park. But ultimately, I think the fact that we created a lot of opportunities and we defended rigidly in the cut and thrust of it in the last quarter and through the second term as well, just got to take your opportunities. They will.
Absolutely.
They will.
They will.
So
they will.
There's a lot to like there. And I also thought Corey Durden had a few nice moments in the last quarter as well, just with some pressure and some tackling and some corralling, things that you're not going to see on the stat sheet. But I liked his game, and like I said, I thought De Koning's last quarter was sensational. He did some really good things up the line.
Well, this is a matchup for De Koning in the past. This is the first time I've watched him do what he did tonight with Nank in the way he matched it physically with him. It's I really believe we're starting to watch the turning point of De Koning, like
Yeah,
for real.
we are. We really
You
are.
know?
And there's one the one player I'm just so happy for is Harry Mackay. And I know it's only 2 games into the season, but there's a reason he's my favourite player at the club because of his talent and his attitude and his work rate and the way he attacks the ball and the way he's gone to work on an area of the game which he knows he needs to get better at, and that's finishing. And geez, did he finish the business tonight when everyone fluffed their chances in front of goal when there are easy shots at goal in that second term, he popped up with a vital goal from 55 out on an angle. It was funny. During that quarter, everyone was missing. And I turned to Michael. I said to him, watch him. Everyone's missed this. And the bloke that no one trusts, he's the one who's going to kick the goal. And he did. And good on him. You can be negative about the result, and it might not be as much as you wanted it to be. But ultimately, we're 2-0. Both performances have been strong in facets. And now you've just got to block it together for as long as you can. So it's sustainable to a point where it's creating opportunity, and it's sustainable to a point where when you execute it, you're limiting opposition as well. So there's a lot to like. There's still a lot of upside, mate. We're not ready to peak at this point in the season, mate. That's not what the football club is about this year. It's about being a consistent home and away team and then taking it into what's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, a massive final series for us. So let's go into the break. Let's go into the bye, regroup, train well, recover well, hopefully welcome back a few, and on to Good Friday we go. That's another sellout.
Absolutely.
Actually, just before we wrap up, the crowd felt like there was an expectation that something would happen and we just blow them away at a certain point in the game. And I think everybody was waiting for that moment where we just went bang, 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 bang. And it just never came.
Yep. Totally agree. I was actually saying exactly that. I feel like we're just a 6 or 7 minute patch away from ending this.
And it just never eventuated, which I was never worried during that game. Maybe the last minute or two where they had a few moments where they almost got out the back, but we've shown a resilience to dig in those moments. And as funny as it may sound, I actually think they look cushy during those moments. I actually think the fact that they've been through those moments the last couple of games, they've learnt from it all. And I love the way we collapse the contest in those tight moments. Like there were no clean possessions for anyone during that phase in the defence when we needed to stand tall in the last couple of seconds and last couple of minutes. So big shout out to the way we set up defensively in the last few moments. And I think we've become the first team in VFL AFL history to win our last 6 games by under 6 points. The last team to do it was Hawthorn. I think that's
right?
a Sir Swamp stat. Yeah, Sir Swamp came up with some more magic as well. So, positive. Very, very happy, and I think we should all be very, very pleased because we're 2-0. We'll be in the top 4 once the bye is done, and we go on from there. And just week by week, training session by training session, we'll get a few back, and we rock and roll, sir.
We move.
Smile.
That's what we do. We move.
Smile. Life is good. Carlton's winning.
Good.
Crowds are packed. The president's not a ghost. We move.
Inshallah. Love it.
Inshallah. All right, crew. I will see you on Tuesday night for a big edition of the Jumper Punch.
I will see you on Tuesday night.
Is that right?
I will see you on Tuesday night.
Your lovely face making an appearance in that beautiful studio.
I will be on the couch Tuesday night. Surprise.
That's very
I think so. I think so.
Okay, well, regardless, it is now.
It might not be. Well, I've got to talk to Rocco. Rocco will decide.
Right.
But I think that's what we do.
What's Rocco going to do? Say no to El Presidente?
Hey, mate. Hey, everyone is in charge of their own area on the ground. So if the captain says go, then I go. It's called leadership. It's called delegation, and it's called trust.
I actually want to give out just a big shout out to Hallen and Kane, two very good friends of mine. They're both Collingwood supporters, unfortunately, but Kane has a barbershop over in Dever Hills, which you should get to. So we're going to give it a big pump up on Tuesday. But he's a big Arsenal man, put it that way. So he's got one good half anyway. So big shout out to them. And yeah, hopefully we go into this bye and welcome a few back and onwards and upwards to North Melbourne. So I will see you on Tuesday by the sounds of it.
Stuff, Paolo. Take care.
Ciao, mate. Go Blues.
Go Blues. Okay. Mick Marcucci says the Monday Blues have hit 1,000 subs. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's a really significant milestone. 1,000 subs. Ur. Hello. Ur's in the chat. $80. 2-0, and I'm already exhausted watching the boys. I need the buy. So, guys, we are working on something really interesting with Ur. So Ur being the genius that he is, we're working on a bit of a project. For those of you who are into your crypto, Ur created a Carlton coin on the Solana exchange. So if you are into your crypto and you understand that, take a look at this website and register, and you will get a bunch of these coins. They're not worth a lot right now. We're starting a little bit of a journey. We're going to go down this journey for the community and mostly for those who understand what's going on with crypto and who are interested in it. Have a look there. Ur is the genius behind this project, and we'll have a lot more information about this over the coming weeks. But this is your little exclusive there. So you can hit that little website there, register your interest, and I believe, so to kickstart it, 50,000 tokens of the Carlton coin to Carlton fans. If you are a member of this channel, the Pommy and Oz channel or the Jumper Punch channel, you will be airdropped 200,000 coins. You need to have a wallet on the Phantom. You need to have a Phantom account. So take a look there now or after this show, and we'll go from there. We'll have a lot more information for you about it. All right, let's move on. Luke, I can see you're still outside. Josh, I know you've been waiting for ages. Rocco is here as well. Wow. All right, stand by, guys. I'll get you all on. Luke, what's going on, mate?
Paolo, I completely agree with you. We are so underplaying this win. I cannot believe it. Those last 5 years have gone so quickly. That is our second win against Richmond since probably 2016. And I cannot believe the maturity that these boys came out with in that last quarter as well. And I know I haven't been listening to the whole fan cams at this point, but Lewis Young, I know for the whacking board that he is at this moment, but really the talk that he had with Kempy in that last quarter was something that I haven't seen in that team defense in a very long time. And to think the maturity of this team when compared to the likes of Loston behind the ball, who did a pretty good job in those closing minutes that sent Kerno back there. We are underplaying this win, Terry. I don't know why we're so mad at ourselves.
I think it's just the stress. I think it was I think it's the stress. And I think we're also, I mean, this is my view. I could be completely wrong. My view is we are transitioning as a fan base, as a collective, to trust the team and trust the club, because we've had decades of frustration and disappointment and we lose these games. I mean, I'm on board, I believe, and not everyone's going to believe at the same time, but I think we are just going through that transition period of where everyone starts to realize hey, this group's pretty good.
It's very interesting how you say that, that trust as well, because I think Paolo nailed it on the head there with, the bang, 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 that 5-minute patch as well. I was looking at our defenders being absolutely gassed because we were set up at the halfway point trying to either shut down this ball or lock it in that forward 50. And there was too many things where it came into those one-on-one situations. But the thing is that communication when it came to that last half as well, where I haven't really seen it before, where we were gut running. And I know we've got some great gut runners on the team, but we really just actually tried to stick to some kind of shape or some kind of pressure up forward, which is completely unlike a team who's had to fill in so many pillars in the past couple of weeks with so many outs as well. And I just think there needs to be a bit more vision around not only just how we set up defensively, but those matchups as well. McGovern, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm sure McGovern's been...
McGovern, mate, McGovern.
I just can't believe, to not only be playing one-on-one against probably one of the most dangerous ins this week. And but to have 19 kicks, I don't understand how the All-Australian conversation can't start. I mean, look, it's great that we have to bye next week so we can get back to reality. But oh my goodness, like
I'm just looking here. He used the ball at 92%. Now
Are you
we
kidding
know
me?
that is not a. We need some context. We know we need to have a look at the degree of difficulty, which we will during the rating show with Pommy. But 92% disposal efficiency on the night. Yeah,
that is. And how many kicks was that, Terry, as well?
Yeah, you nailed it. 19 kicks, 7 handballs.
That's incredible. Oh my god! I mean, look, I can have a full spiel about this, but in regards to just that trust with the team as well, I think I'll just leave it at this as well. I actually ran into Lockie O'Brien outside of the stadium, and he was having a scarf. He had a scarf on with, I think it was maybe Harrison McCready or something like that, but I only noticed Lockie O'Brien. And I said, "Oh, Lob, it's just so great to see you at this point." And he said something that will stick with me for the rest of the season. He said, "I'm just here for the people. I'm here for our people coming to the G at this point." It's so infectious. Like, that's verbatim what he said at that point. And I just think we need to come back to that reality. Like, we are, it has just flown by so quickly, Terry. And I think just with this group, with the level of maturity that we're already trying to implement at this point, our people just need to get behind that, and we will in numbers. 83,000, probably not what we were expecting at such, but really, I just don't understand how we can be mad at that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you. Mate,
I know we are tough on ourselves, but oh my goodness, to see, like, even our past players we've delisted on our behalf even see it as well. They believe in this group. They can see it coming, and it's just so fascinating, isn't it? Just the progression of this group.
It is. It's good to be talking like this after many years of wanting to talk like this.
I think that's just what I wanted to say, to be honest. It's just, let's just not only just get behind the boys, but let's just trust that we are creating these pillars. And there are still, for as perfect as we could be, there are so many pillars left to be put in place. And if anything, that just makes me more excited for a game like this.
Yeah.
Where we're seeing us trying new things and trying new systems of play and actually executing on a high level in high pressure situations. I can't believe it. Sorry, I'm spieling, but I'll let somebody else get on as well. But I just want to say this has hung out very well on the hat as well.
Very good. Oh yeah, get your pins, people. Get your
pins.
Man,
you can wear them anywhere.
Anywhere you want. They could be $18 by the end of the year. So there you go.
On your scarf, on your hat, on your shoe, if you're fashionable enough for that. But oh my goodness. But Terry, I can't believe we have a bye next week. I don't have to think about footy for another week. How great is that?
It's just carefree. We'll just regroup, get our boys back, get 5 players back into the team, and away we go.
Oh, look, I mean, they don't have to be that generous to us, but
we'll take what we can get.
Take what we can get at this point. Oh, have a great night, Tez. Thanks so much for letting me on. Great to have a chat. Have a great night.
Bye. All right. Josh Goats, mate, thanks so much for waiting.
No worries, mate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? What's going on with your connection there? I can hear you. But
is it all good? I might be cutting out a little bit.
You are like a robot that's like... Sorry, that was just... Never mind. Are you there?
Is it all good? Yeah.
We'll deal with it, mate. We will deal with it. Talk to me.
How are you? Yeah, look, that was a pretty interesting game overall. Yeah, I don't know. We were at the game, Jess, my mum and I, and yeah, there was moments. It felt like the first half of every quarter was really good for Carlton, and then Richmond got on top. So, like, kind of such a really even game in the end, I guess. I was saying to Jess in the car that if Cripps didn't play, McGovern didn't play, and Harry didn't play, probably a loss. They were huge.
Definitely a loss. I don't think we can carry too many more. We're missing a few. I don't know how many more we can carry.
I know.
Yeah.
But they were all huge. They were probably the three best players on the ground. And it's
Yep.
weird because, like, going out of the game, out of the ground, I was like, well, Cripps didn't. He kind of just played how he usually plays. He was just sort of like his level. But then you look at the stats and he has 31 and whatever else. Like, he was big.
Yeah. What about you know what? We've been doing the fan cams now for an hour and 24 minutes, and we haven't given Adam Sard a shout out. Playing
Oh,
in
yeah.
Ramadan.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know when. I believe someone in the chat will be able to tell me. Did they cover it on TV? When did he take his first sip of water or bit of food? Was it quarter time? Was it half time? Because wow, what
That's very
a
true.
story to play footy at that level during Ramadan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there was someone in the soccer the other day that they were talking about that halfway through the game they stopped the game to let them actually like break their fast and stuff. So but yeah, Sardi's he's a special player, isn't he?
No, he is. He is. Absolutely, he is.
So
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a couple of the stats. I know Paolo mentioned it before that Sir Swamp Thing said the last 6 wins that Carlton have had have all been 6 points or less. First team ever in VFL AFL history. Hawthorn had 5 in 1933 to 35, I think was the second part of that. And then the Useless Stats Facebook page also posted saying that this is the second time that Carlton have gone 2-0 before round 1. And the last time that happened, apparently, last time that happened was 1979, where they ended up winning the premiership.
Wait, how did we go 2-0 in 1979 before round 1?
I have no idea, but that's what.
Oh,
that's
we've
what I've
lost
got.
you.
Oh, sorry.
I think we. Okay.
All good.
I think,
Sorry. Yeah.
All good. Awesome. Well, mate, thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. And
Oh, actually, sorry, just quickly.
Go for it.
Jess wanted to say that she loves Jack Carroll, so because he was pretty good tonight as well. So
He was very good. It's good to see him back up from the week before. So consolidate.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Awesome. Thank you, Terry. Well done, mate.
Good on you, mate. Take care. Thanks for waiting.
No problem. See you next time.
See ya. All right, Rocco, it's time.
Hey, how are we?
The man of the moment.
Might not be a day, but let's make it your moment. There was a few of them happening tonight, wasn't there?
Couple of blokes definitely took that philosophy and played that way tonight.
That's all you can do, man. Like, all you can do now is sometimes you just have to win.
Yep.
And that's what we did tonight. We just had to win. It wasn't pretty. I don't know. We weren't that bad. We were all right. We were all right. We weren't that bad. We did finish off a little bit scrappy at times. We weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. Everyone's talking about Richmond, but mate, I was a little bit worried about their outside run, and it's exactly where they caught us out. You know, that outside kind of run. You know, so we had to watch it.
Their rebound. I don't know what was their rebound 50 stat. I felt like them coming out of the back 50. I thought Dimmer nailed it the way he coached against them last week. And I thought we just weren't able to stop it the way he was. I'm looking at it. Yeah, 53 rebound 50s to 37. Yeah, their transition
it was
on us
scary.
tonight.
It was scary.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the things about our team. Our outside run isn't. I don't know. It's not that good, you know. So we can get caught out a little bit there. So, but we seem to be held. The man Curvis was like, he was huge, you know, and Dusty, everyone's rusty, Dusty, yeah, whatever. Like he's scary, man, when he gets the ball, you know. So, look, it was a pretty good game. We took our moment. There's not much to say. You just sometimes got to win the game now. How many teams have got 8 points and half the competition hasn't even played yet? Think about that.
True. And we get the extra, rest.
That
What
was
is it?
another thing. I was, before all this season started, I was going, how stupid is the fixture? What? We get a bye in round 3. That is the dumbest thing. And now I'm thinking, man, we need this bye. We need it.
No, because there's like 5 guys that are going to benefit from that bye on the list,
And I think last week took it out of us. All our practice matches have all been in the heat.
Yeah.
You think about it. We went over to Brisbane. It was hot. And then we come into tonight. I'm thinking it's the perfect time to have a bye. Hopefully we get at least 2 back, and then I think Wiedering, we need him back real quick,
Oh, my God, man. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not to just harp on about what you don't have, because sometimes you got to be missing Wiedering to realize, oh, fuck, all right, who could step up? But all right, enough. I get it. We've learned our lesson. I know we need a little bit more depth. I understand. Now let's just get him back in, and because he just organizes everyone and calms everyone.
It calms everyone down. And let's face it, Lewis Young is Lewis Young. It just is what he is. We just hope he gets through the game without doing too much damage. I know people are going to look at the stats. He's had 17 possessions, and he's taken all these marks, but he just looks awkward with the ball. He doesn't look like he knows what he's doing when he gets the ball. He feels a little bit awkward. So, but he does what he does. So, so as I said, and people took their moments, TDK really wasn't very good until that last quarter, and then he had an amazing 7 or 8 minutes. He kicks that goal. Big moments. That's all we expect. And that's going to happen in games, man. People are going to it goes, ups and downs. You're going to have your run, and they're going to have their run. You have to hold on when they're running. That's what we've learned in recent times, We've let teams, or they have their run, and somehow we can just hold them, not let them get too far, except for Brisbane, but not let them get too far. And then, and then we get our run, and we have to take, and we didn't take our opportunities, if you think about it.
No.
In that second quarter, I think it was 9 scoring shots to 4. We should have been much more ahead. We didn't take our, and in the last quarter, there's a few shots that we should have hit. Curnow, he'll learn from that. You mark in the square, you go back. There's no need to do that. He'll know for next time. Boyd, best kick in our team, misses that goal. That would have put it right out. But I don't know if I can take this anymore. Really, 1 point, 2 point wins. I can't do this anymore. I didn't even I celebrated, but I was just relieved that it was over.
It was a stress test, and probably only until 10 minutes ago did the stress of it all go away, and then I realized, oh, we won. Okay, cool.
Yep.
But I was the same. It was more about just the build up of all the anxiety and the stress of it all, and
It all meant, at the end of the day, it's about taking the 4 points at the end of the day, and it's different to other years. Other years we'd win a game, and it was completely different because the game didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now every game means something now. Every game. So this is okay. We didn't play 100%. We were probably playing a 70%. I don't know. It wasn't even that, but we got over the line. It means something. We got another 4 points. If we finish off this year and win it, you're going to look back at these games and they're all going to mean something. They've taught us something. We've got to learn from every game, We've got to learn, and the supporters and everyone's got to learn too, and maybe the team that, mate, we were going into this game and everyone was saying 10 goals, 20 goals, we're going to punish them and that. And I even said 5 goals, which I thought was a reasonable kind of pick. And really we should have won by 5 goals if you think about it. That's, I think, would have been a fair total for us because we did outplay them. If you look at tackles and all that, we beat them in most categories, right? But everyone relax. You're still playing Richmond. You're still playing at the MCG, I think the team's going to go back. They're going to have a week's rest and go, hey, we're not that good yet. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. but we're not that good yet. We can't be walking around like a bunch of heroes yet. We've achieved nothing.
That's
So
true.
we've
Mate,
achieved
I
nothing.
was.
But we're getting there.
I said, I think I was on the team show. I'm like, yeah, Blues by 52. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just check myself on that and just realize you're
and
right.
and you get caught up in it. You get caught up into it then because you start talking to people, you go on to another show, and then you start to build and you're going, yeah, we should do it. Yeah, that's it. But at the end of the day, in reality, like, man, it's not that easy, mate, each game. And even like this game here, like people go, oh, he didn't play that well. He should have taken that mark like Kemp, that mistake he did. Yeah, but he played so good in that last quarter. Like he saved us.
Yeah.
He saved us. Yeah, of course he's going to make a mistake. He's played 98 minutes of a game. The ball's getting pounded to him. Everyone's punching him in the back of the head trying to like stop him, and then he makes a mistake, like they miss a handball, of course they're going to do that. But it's what they do next. And what he did next was important, Kemp, you know what I mean? And same with Chera's got to pull his finger out. He's had 2 terrible weeks, man. Like, he's better than what he is, but took his moment, kicked that goal. You know what I mean? That's what he had to do. So he'll pull out. He'll be all right in the next few weeks. So, yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's a good feeling now. It's a good feeling watching the team.
Yeah.
Hey, we've won, like, if you think about it, we've only lost 1 game in about 14, 15 weeks, if you think about it. Or 2 games, I think. 2 games.
True. Prelim and GWS.
Yeah. And then when we start our winning streak, right, week 13, 14 or whatever, like, I know it was like 9 or 10 wins in a row, and then the finals, and then we won the last 2. We've only lost 2 games in like, it's a good effort. We're building a nice little, we're building nicely, So that's it. So listen, man, it's like bloody 1 o'clock. What is wrong with people, mate? What is wrong with people, man? I was saying to someone, we have got the best community.
No doubt.
It's the best.
No doubt. It's the best thing going. Mate, you want to stay humble, but this community is like it's the best. It is. It's so good.
Like the way we watch games now, the way we interact at the games, because you're talking to people, you're meeting people, you know what I mean? Everyone, like, they come up to you and it's like that they know you, so you're talking to them like they're family and friends, like it's just amazing. It's just like, and I think it might be that little bit of an edge we need at the end. I'm telling you, like, I never used to think that, but I'm actually starting to think that it is. It's going to be that little edge.
People have said about the Carlton in like the 80s and the 90s when we played at Princess Park, we had that soul and that community because like you sit in the same spot, you knew the people. I reckon we've now brought that online.
Exactly what's happened. So you're 100% right. When we used to go, you used to always see the same people, go to the same, it's in the same spot, talk to the same people. You used to have this community. You walk into the ground, you see the same people, it was always the same. Now we've got that online. And we're building. And when we go to the ground, we almost feel like, it's home because there's so many. Like, it's like we're all Cohen supporters, but now we actually know them. Like, you know these people. It feels different. The game is so much better now. Like, the game feels so much better for all of us, I think.
Yeah. And when we're all aligned, it's magic.
It is.
It's magic, mate.
And now we're doing things like you were saying about UG, and so we're all going to get involved in this little project. No other bloody team does this, you know what I mean? So we're going to do this amazing thing as you said, the next couple of weeks we'll have, and you're going to come on apparently on Tuesday. I didn't know. No, I did.
Was it Tuesday?
I asked you. Of course I did. There was this. I don't know. Actually, I was going to ring you to say, is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I thought it
was. Are you available Tuesday?
I can come Tuesday if you need me the next week. Just let me know.
Everyone here is going to be on the Jumper Punch on Tuesday, so that's
Tuesday
it.
Night. Surprise.
And it's probably a good time. I think I did say it because I said, well, we got the break, and it's a good time to have a look at it now. Yeah.
So but if you have other plans, don't stress. I'm happy to come on whenever.
No. Over the weekend, I kind of organised someone and say that, but it's you, Terry. You're the
No.
present. You're coming on
Anyway,
to the bloody.
we'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk. But it's all good. We've got all that going, and there's a million things going. So it's all been good. Wrap for the Monday Blues. They reached their 1K, man.
Yeah,
They're top blokes. They're top blokes, man.
Yeah, they
They're
did.
top
1K.
blokes.
I'm looking at it now. Good stuff, everyone.
Yeah, they've reached it. They're good blokes, yeah. So they get onto them. Make sure you watch their stuff too. And yeah, so that's it. Everyone
All right.
enjoy it. We got a week's rest. How good? You got 2 wins. We got a week's rest.
Mate, like a
life's
pig in
good,
shit.
Mate, life's good, man. I'm telling you. This is the way it should be. This is the way I used to always feel.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, guys. Enjoy a good night. See ya.
All right, mate. See ya, Rock. All right. Toby.
Terry, how are we, Matt?
Mate, we are good. Toby, we are good.
Good. I'm very happy with tonight's win, Matt. That was absolutely. It's just showing the intent. We know how to win. When sides come at us, we're knowing how to stay, but nerve-wrackingly stay in front and just go, we're going to win this game of footy. And it's just beautiful, Terry. It's, what could be better? A Carlton win. We're happy. We're up and about. Life's good. As Rocco just said, life is good. It is just, I'm going to be up and about for the rest of the week. Go to my season launch tomorrow night and just enjoy life.
It's good, mate. It's good. I mean, we have to stay the course because losses will come, no doubt about it. But we just got to keep moving and chipping away, ticking along,
Oh, Terry, can I give you my 3-2-1 for tonight?
Please.
All right. So my 3 was Cribs. I thought he played really well. And 31 disposals. Like, far out. Cribber. I gave McGovern 2.
Yeah.
I thought he played really well. McGov. Yeah, thought he played really well. And I gave Harry Mackay 1 vote.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I like it. I think I'm going to watch the game again tomorrow and I will, but I think that's how I feel right now about the 3-2-1.
Okay.
So we'll see. I also loved Sard's game tonight. I just loved what he did tonight.
Oh, Sard is just like the way he runs off the back line and kicks it down the line and hits somebody on the chest. That is just beautiful to watch. Like, every player is good to watch, but Sard just does something different. Like, he seems to do something different every week, and it's just getting better to see him improve every week.
Yeah. No, it was good. He was good. He was. All right. Toby, thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing your votes. And good luck with the season launch, mate. Enjoy.
Thanks, Matt. I will. All right. See you, Tess. Go the Blues.
Go the Blues, mate. Ball of Truth. Let's do it.
Hello there. What's going on?
Oh, he's back in the studio. Got the nice sounding mic.
I know. Last week was painful, man. I'm still feeling it, bro. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not baked right now. I've got an eye infection in both eyes. Copped it, man, at the Gabba. Probably some scumbag sitting next to me. Who knows? But
Probably.
yeah, man. Nah, I'm back. It's good to be back. 4 points. Absolutely stunning, man. Love it. I mean, that stat, the last 6 games, is absolutely wild. It's just crazy, man. Every win under 6 points. So good. But I don't know about you, man, but I reckon everyone was underestimating Richmond.
Yep.
They've got 15 premiership players in that side.
Wow.
So,
True.
yeah, it's massive, man. Like,
It's a
at
good
this
point.
stage, yeah. They know how to win, man. They got championship DNA in them, and it is what it is, eh?
True. They've got 15 premiership players. I mean, Taranto's a high level player. Hopper's a high level player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've still got
right.
Dusty. They know how to win, man. Those type of
Yeah.
players, Boltons, and
That's a good
all
point.
those. Yeah. So I was pretty wrapped. Like, even though it was frustrating as
Mm.
it was ugly at times, but the franticness, man, you can't beat it as a Carlton supporter right now. It's just wild.
I'm just so happy that, I mean, momentum's so hard to find in any realm. You
Yes.
know, whether we're talking about footy or life, like momentum's difficult to find. And I feel like we've started the season with momentum.
Yeah, man.
know?
100%.
So,
Like, even go on.
no, that was it.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of momentum, we couldn't get it tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Like, every time we kicked the goal, bang, straight back.
Yeah.
They kept, and that's credit to them. Like, they deserve a bit of credit, even though they had a rough season last season, and even pre-season they had a few injuries, and they got a few players back who are underdone tonight. But man, we've got to give them a bit of credit, and that makes our win even better as well.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, they tested us and they forced us to bring out the best in our defense for sure.
Yeah.
We tested ourselves, to be fair, as well.
What were you
but-
thinking when Charlie did that thing in the goal square?
You know what I was thinking? I'll tell you. I went straight back to round 23, 2022.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh.
Charlie, we've been through this, mate. We've been through this. We know not to rush these moments. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's such an energetic player. And
Yeah.
sometimes
He loves
can
playing on. He loves it.
He does.
I'm glad.
But look, he's learned and he will learn.
Yeah, true. It's the second game of the season, man. Everyone's still finding their groove. But I'm so glad people mentioned TDK, man. His last quarter was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like 3 massive contested marks. He got the 50-meter penalty, scored the goal, come up clutch. Just like in the Melbourne game, first quarter when we needed those 2 goals, TDK went bang, bang.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up big in important times, man. Like, he'll find that consistency, I reckon. But I'm glad people are seeing that now.
Yeah, I think it really is. It's two solid outings now. Oscar McInerney is a good, solid ruckman. Nankervis is a really good, one of the better ruckmen in the league. Obviously, first game of the season for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said it earlier. It's the first time I've seen De Koning look like this against Nank. Nank's a strong, body. And it was the first time that I felt De Koning really held his own in the ruck contests with him. I mean, they were back and forth. I mean, Nank had the better of him as well at times. It was just a good battle.
Yeah, man. It was like
Yeah.
Sardi and Cameron last week. Just that one-on-one. Just love it. Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Pumped. 4 points. Got a break. North Melbourne next. That's it. That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah. Get
But
some
man,
boys back.
That's it, bro. I'll leave you to it, man, because it's getting late as. So you
It is
probably
getting
still got a
late.
few people to get to.
I got 2 more after you. Are you going live tonight or you doing it tomorrow? What are you doing?
Because I couldn't go to the game because of what was going on here, I went live straight after the game, man, before you went on. Yes, I
Nice.
did the reverse of last week. But
Very good.
yeah, man, if you don't mind, I'll plug it again. Guys, Ball of Truth, massive Carlton supporter. I bleed the navy blue. Check out the channel. And I'm usually probably going to go on after Terry because I love the fan cams. So after fan cams, if you want to kick on, you can find me there, Ball of Truth on YouTube.
Kick ons with Ball of Truth. Love it.
That's it. Cheers, Tez. Appreciate it,
mate.
brother.
See
Have
you,
a good
man.
one.
You
Cheers.
too. Kano.
Hey Joe, how you going?
Mate, I'm going good. It's good to wow, you've grown up a lot.
Yeah, it's been such a good start to the year so far. So
yeah.
just quietly, I'm gonna say Mitch McGovern. All Australian 2024.
Mate, love it. Love it.
And also, I don't know if you guys, anyone knows or heard the stat, but apparently we've won our last 6 games under by a goal.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for the majority of the fan cams. It's a remarkable stat, and it's the sign. I mean, I'd love to know what the 10 games before that were, with games decided by less than a goal or 2 goals. But it looks like potentially we are turning the tide.
Yeah, indeed, exactly. And especially hearing the good news this afternoon about Walshy and there's no surgery requirement, and that was just so good to hear.
Really? Was that confirmed?
Yes, that was confirmed by Brad Lloyd this pre-game.
Brad Lloyd said that Sam Walsh will not be having surgery?
Pre-game, he did say, yep.
That's all we need to know. That's a massive tick. All right, great.
So that was a good tick on the back for that one.
Oh, okay.
So North Melbourne, we should be getting back Wiedering, Walsh, possibly Jack Martin. And I saw Jesse Motlop said in one of them pre-game functions that he should be ready for the North Melbourne game as well. So we're getting all our boys back.
Get our boys back. Elijah Hollins will be available
Yeah.
for selection. So that's exciting, mate.
Can't wait to bring on North Melbourne, eh?
Mate, love it. All right, Kano, good to have you here, mate. Thanks for joining.
No worries. Catch you later, Tez.
All right, ciao. All right, Andy. Oh,
This is me after having to watch Carlton win 6 games in a row by under 6 points. It's not fun, but you get what you get. You get what you get, I suppose.
you get what you get. You get what you're given. You don't get a choice
you
as
get
a
what you
fan.
get. Oh boy.
What did you make of that one, mate?
Tell you what, I've had a lot of mixed feelings going into this game. For one thing, this is my first time I've made an appearance back to back, so I'm proud of myself for that one. And I thought guys like Zach Williams, man. Tell you what, he was pretty solid tonight. I'll give him that where it's due.
Yeah. It's actually a really interesting block for him because he gets 2 games back at the top level and a break.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one we just want to be very careful with coming off the ACL, and he's had some nasty injuries too. So
I mean,
yeah. He's an important piece there.
I mean, especially now that Doherty just suffered from his 3rd ACL now, which can I just say that really hurt. But Doc is someone that I think Doherty's one of my favorite players from this club, right? He's like I tend to nickname guys like him as the tough nut, right? Because again, no matter how many times he's hurt, he still goes at it with every game that he makes an appearance in. It fascinates me more that a guy like him tends to play the way he does, and he gets the other players around cheer them on, even when he's on the bench, right? I can't help but admire that about him.
Mate, we've got a few players on this list who are very admirable and who have been through a lot. I mean, won't be spoken about in the same light as Doc, for obvious reasons, but spoke to Lockie Fogarty during the week and what he went through with his back issues. I mean, he was, for a lot of us, he was an afterthought. You know, so for him to get himself back into the fold and back into the side and playing football again and playing at a high level, there's quite a few guys on this list that have been through. Yeah.
If I were to give up my 3 votes on tonight's game, I'd say 1 vote I'll give it to George Hewitt. Personally, I think he was a pretty underrated player tonight. Thought he took some rather important marks during the second half of the game, I've noticed. 2 votes I'll give to, I think, Tom de Koning. And 3 votes I'll give to Patrick Cripps. Or sometimes I tend to nick him. Fish and Cripps, I tend to nickname him as.
Fish and Cripps. Very good. The skipper with the 1 vote.
Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong. But also, honorable mentions would belong to guys like Adam Saad, Zach Williams, and Matthew Kennedy. Yep.
Nice. Very good. No,
Yeah,
I
that's just
appreciate that. Hey, what's Intertree?
that's just my YouTube channel name.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, Andy/Intertree, thanks for joining.
Yep.
Thanks for your votes, and go Blues.
Yeah. Up the baggers, mate.
See you, mate. All right. So, few items to go on this agenda. I am not tired at all, by the way. Firstly, we got the Monday Blues to 1,000. Our boy Pommy is about 30, 20, 35, 25 off 5,000. There's 487 of you watching here. The link to Pommy's channel is there. There's no way we're finishing this stream without Pommy on 5K. It's not happening. So go on. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll actually share my screen shortly. Get the great man to 5K. And I don't know. Can we watch the press conference? Is anyone down for that? Because I haven't watched it. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's do it for Pom. Come on. He's on 4.97K. Nah, we have to do this. It has to happen. It has to happen. We want to show the power of the community, you know? All right. I want to watch the presser. That's what I want to do. Where are we? Hang on a minute, guys. Where does one go to watch the presser? Is it just the Carlton website? Match report. Let's have a look. Okay, got it. Stand by. AFL app, press conference. Can we watch Collingwood's press conference from last week? Hilarious. It's 1 a.m. and we're still up. Hang on, let me just check on Pommy's 4.97. Nah, come on. There's no way that every single one of you watching right now is subscribed. Well, maybe you are. If you are, then that is what it is. But if you are not subscribed to Pommy and Oz, get it done. All right, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to watch the presser. This is the rhythm of life.
We took out what positives there was in the game. We still feel like we're trying to, I guess, like everybody, get the system in really good shape. So we've got some parts of that we've tried to address more recently to try and implement them against some good opposition. And then we've got some other things that are work in progress. So we've got to take a bit of a long-term view on that and keep looking for that progressive mindset around how we make it better. Some of those holes obviously gave the opposition opportunities and, efficient at times. And I'm probably more speaking about stoppages, really. Like, they were able to generate, a pretty significant score from a source that we do very well at defending and also get a lot of assertiveness and territory from. But they were just able to score too easily from that particular source. So that was unusual. So there's still some things in our game that we need to go to work on. But there's also a lot of things that we should take away that we should be pretty pleased with.
What are some of those things? And you think about the message at three-quarter time, looked like the game simplified a little bit for you just to win a bit of territory. Just the message that you gave to the guys, and then what are some of the positives you do take out of it?
No, we're winning territory. We didn't have any trouble with that. The ball was living in our half, especially in the second quarter. So the tendency is, because there wasn't necessarily the scoreboard wasn't ticking over as efficiently as needed to, you can, possibly become a little frustrated because you're not as clean or as efficient as you need to be. So just encourage the players to keep sticking out our process and keep believing in what we needed to be able to do. But there's a lot of little things in the game that made it look a little bit harder for us. But credit where credit's due. I mean, if you just purely look at Richmond's performance tonight, they had, a couple of injuries. They're coming off 5-day break. They stuck at their task and, they almost got a win. So I thought they were really impressive tonight, and certainly made it hard work for us.
The last 6 wins by a total of 22 points. I know everyone wants to be like the reigning premier, but you're sort of taking it to ridiculous extremes, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. I don't know how to answer that. Outside, it's definitely not deliberate. But you can only play what's in front of you, and you've got to win in different ways in this competition. And we've spoken at length about the consistency we want to become as a football team. And sometimes that consistency doesn't necessarily mean that you play every quarter exactly the same way, but you've got to be able to find a way. And with about probably 5 minutes on the clock, you could just sort of see the players really click into gear. And we obviously activated a few things late in the game just to make sure it made it a bit harder for them to score. And I thought they did a great job in being able to deny Richmond. And in the end, that was probably the difference in the game.
Just seriously on that though, the more often it happens theoretically, the greater the chance that you should keep doing it, shouldn't you? Because you're just more practiced at the art.
Yeah, and we get to debrief it, think about what we did well, and in that scenario, I reckon there's almost something different that happens every single time. So we encourage our players to problem solve the situation, because we're not out there, we can't take a runner out there. So it's really left up to their devices to A, get the action, but then B, what structure do we need to put around it as well. And because we've probably found ourselves in those moments a little bit more than what we'd like, the players are really sort of embracing it, and they see it as a bit of a challenge when we find ourselves in that situation. But clearly, obviously, we don't want to find ourselves there in the first place.
It's strangely more challenging when they do lose those players. They lose 2 key defenders. But they've got to get creative, and they're going to throw things at you that you weren't expecting.
No, not really. No, because we have a certain method we want to play, and we want to stick to that method, and we're trying to coach that in, despite whatever opposition throw. If opposition throws different constraints, that we've got to work through those constraints. We've got a method we want to be able to play, and clearly the game tells you the story. When the game's presenting something, you have to address it, and we tried to address a couple of things, but it still didn't really take away our efficiency or lack of it on the night. That's an unusual profile for us. We've kicked 9 goals from transition. We've won on the back of transition footy. Our strength has been contest and stoppage, and yet that's what we almost lost the game by. Yet we nearly won the game the other side of the ball. So that's a completely different profile to us. It's something we've been working on really hard. So we figure that if we can continue that momentum, at least in that phase of the game, and we feel like we can correct some of the stoppage and some of the contest work that obviously we saw tonight.
So is it just an aberration, do you think, tonight around the stoppage?
Well, it's an event only at the moment. It's not trend yet, so we'll wait and see.
And just in terms of the close finishes, it has been a development since your time at Carlton. I remember that in your first year. What does it say about the group and their capacity to actually master that component?
Yeah, and there's been some painful lessons along the way that's led us to that. And we've certainly spent a considerable amount of time on it to become better, because the ultimate aim for us is to be a really consistent home and away side, to give yourself the best possible chance, finish as high up the ladder as you can, to qualify as best you possibly can. And you can't do that without being able to win games like this, without being able to adapt in moments like this. And, acknowledging the players, probably the fact that they don't have the game their own way, yet they're still able to find a way, is probably the most impressive part of it all.
Just a word on Charlie Curno's game. He started the game with a boot in the face and, ended it by taking game-saving marks. How'd you see Charlie tonight?
I think Charlie's lost his good looks for a couple of days, but a few scratches on the face. But he's always a presence for us. Both him and Harry have been, really important people to us. The unit that they're forming up there and the relationships they're finding, the cohesiveness that they're trying to build, has been really impressive. And both of them have approached it in such a great way over the pre-season. And, I hope that they get the rewards they deserve, because they work their asses off to be able to, make themselves good players.
Has McGovern had a particularly good pre-season? He looks, he sort of looks a bit sleeker and sharper. And
Yeah, he's completed. We have certain metrics that we obviously take over pre-season, and he's had to be fair, a pretty reasonable one last year, but he's been able to build on the back of that, and obviously got the games in last year as well, so that helps. But clearly, him being able to have a pre-season helps his ability to be able to, recover during the week and then put in performances like that. And like you said, he played a fantastic game for us. And there's intercept types that play behind the ball. They're really important players in today's game, and they know how to manage the speed in the game, and they know when to come off and help and assist. And he certainly was able to do that tonight.
Right, so getting subbed out, is that just tactical?
Well, we had Dirds there as well, so we just obviously wanted to liven up the front half of the ground, and we talked about whether that was going to be a midfielder or whether we just replaced a bit like for like. So we just went with the like for like.
What do you think of the prospect of having to buy?
Yeah, well, it's been. I mean, to be fair, once we knew the way that the home and away season was going to be structured, we'd sort of been planning this from November, really. So what we've decided to do is, probably go to the line hard over the last 4 weeks. So it probably means we haven't been as pristine because we've sort of trained pretty hard up to that point in time. And we've had, deliberately over this last month, kept training up and obviously got the game exposure we needed. The view was always to get to here and see what sort of shape we're in, and then, use it as a bit of a rest and recovery, and then launch into the season from here. So I think just through that planning, there's an opportunity there for us to be able to now play 2 games. So it is bizarre though, isn't it? Like, we've got 10 teams that haven't even played. We've played 2 games and they haven't even played. But we'll use it for what it is. We'll get the rest we need, and then we'll reset ourselves on North Melbourne after the bye.
You're optimistic you'll get some cattle back after the bye, some key players that hold you back on together?
Yeah, I am. Certainly Weeders is progressing really well. I guess the round hasn't been absolutely set in stone just yet, but it'll be round 3 or round 4. So that we do know. And Marchbank's doing very well as well. So he's been in full training for a few weeks now. So he'll be right to go after the bye, I'd imagine.
And then a patience game with Jack and Sam?
A little bit. So they're just going to continue to progress what they need to go through. So like we've maintained right throughout, his program is that we'll update everyone when we get to next week, and we can sort of fill in everyone with what's going on.
There was a report around last night about Sam Walsh maybe considering surgery down the track. Is that a consideration at all at this stage?
No.
Just one more about your inefficiency with conversion. Is it sometimes hard to work out how much of that's due to opposition pressure and how much is due to
throughout?
Sorry, I just want to watch that part again.
His program is that we'll update everyone when we get to next week, and we can sort of fill in everyone with what's going on.
There was a report around last night about Sam Walsh maybe considering surgery down the track. Is that a consideration at all at this stage?
No.
Just one more about your inefficiency with conversion. Is it sometimes hard to work out how much of that's due to opposition pressure?
Just a reminder about these reports, So whose word are you taking? Anyway, we'll get to it. Get to that. Rubbish.
Yeah, possibly. And
Media watch tomorrow. We'll sort it out.
shots on goal have a strange way of having momentum either for you or against you. And it certainly hasn't been shown itself for us for quite a period of time. I think we've been quite an efficient team in our half. We had a lot of long shots on goal. My old coach used to say a lot of long shots, a lot of long behinds. And effectively we probably had a few of those. But we also had a couple that then when you tip in the ones you miss from probably 30 out, and there's, you have 1 or 2 of those, and you're not quite as fish, it sort of tends to pile on top. So, I thought Richmond defended their back 50 hard. And we probably weren't as composed as we needed to be at times. So that's just something that we can go and look at the vision and get to work on in the next couple of weeks. Thanks. Cheers.
Gav, another hard stopper, mate. How was that?
We're putting everyone on the edge of their seats for a fair bit this year and then the last year. But that was a good gritty win from the boys. It was a tough game, and Richmond brought it to us, similar to last year, and very lucky to get away with 4 points.
What was the message from Bossy post-match? Happy with the way the boys held on?
Yeah, we're happy with a bit of the, I'd say, DNA of the game and what we produced. We need to capitalise a bit more going inside forward 50, but the boys are pretty happy. Like I said, another nail wider, but yeah, it was good.
You're getting a bit of love post-match, mate. Your personal performance, another Another good one from you. How you feeling? How you feeling after the 4 months of the season?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to the bye this week. I'm sore. We had a really big pre-season. And all the boys have worked their butts off. So we're looking forward to the break and do 2-0 before. That's pretty good. And personally, I'm looking forward to having Weeders back in the next few weeks, hopefully. And it's been good so far. I'm enjoying it.
26 disposals for you tonight. I guess what's working so well for you?
I think having 2 kids and a beautiful wife, and a very understanding wife. She's back there, so shout out to Curse. Yeah, no, put it to them. At home, they've been a rock for me, and I can't thank them enough.
Well, you've even got a sticker on your polo.
Yeah.
Can you run us through that one?
Yeah, that one's from Margot. If you can't see, that's a little chicken. So she told me not to play like a chicken today. So I think I might have made her proud.
Obviously, bye next week, just finally. Bye next week, and then our next game's a Good Friday Super Clash against North Melbourne. We've only had one taste of it before, but it's one that I think it's really emerging. It's a special game for the playing group.
Yeah, it is. The Good Friday appeal and the work that the people doing behind the scenes, organising donations and obviously things behind the scenes and at the hospital as well. So it's a game that the Blues really love to play, and like we're just down the road from the Children's Hospital as well. So it's a fitting game for us, and we're looking forward to getting out there and showing our best.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al.
That's so good. That was really cool. I didn't know that was up on the website. That was bloody awesome. Wait, maybe there's another good one up there. Hang on a minute. What do you got? That was really, really insightful. No, that's it. Otherwise, it's the highlights, which we ain't gonna be putting up here. YouTube will be cracking down. Okay, Pom check. Where we at? Where are we at? All right, Pommy, what's the number? 4,980 what? What is the number? Surely there's 452 of you watching right now across YouTube and Facebook. Surely we can get Pommy to 5K. Like, surely. Doesn't make any sense. 4,982, 18. Are there 18 of the 449 of you who are watching this that can hit the subscribe button on Pommy's YouTube channel? Surely. Has to happen. Right? I'm just going to keep hitting refresh. You know what? It'll happen. 18 more. 4,982. True. Those of you who are on this channel who are regulars, for sure you would already be subscribed to Pommy. Nah. There has to be 18 of you. There has to be. I'm trying to think. I don't have any other accounts that I can log into. Surely we could have like a little 5K party, like a live 5K party, and get Pommy back in here and just like go for it. Mate, it's 1:20 in the morning. What are we doing? We're delirious. Double check. Already subscribed. 17 to go. Good stuff, Danielle. Thank you. Surely this man has been like my emotional rock over the course of this journey. No doubt about it. He has seen the absolute best and worst of me. And I just want to be here for that milestone. So tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. This is what's going to happen on Friday. Review. I'll get up in the morning. I'll do the review. I'll get it up. Do you guys like videos during the day, or do you prefer to wait? Because I mean, a review, I like to get it out and get it done. So that's different. But just in general, I'm curious to hear what you think and read what you think. Sorry, yes, today is Friday. So I'll be up in fucking 4 hours. Okay. Okay. Review. Then Pommy and I will be doing, I'm pretty sure we'll be doing Media Watch tomorrow, live from 5 p.m. That'll be a nice run in. Oh wow. The brain is not, it's starting to tick away. That'll be a nice lead into the Friday night footy. And I feel like I'm missing something. Feel like I'm missing something that happens tomorrow. Am I? Can someone help? Anyway, review tomorrow for sure. Media watch tomorrow as well. So be sure to send in your articles. Oh, we're watching the replay, of course. Of course. Press conference would be great. And then the rating show. I've got to speak to Joe, but I'm pretty sure the Almost Blues brothers will be back on Sunday evening. If they are not, then we may do the rating show Sunday night, potentially. Oh, brunch. What are you doing watching? What do you mean you're not? You haven't jumped on the fan cams and you're ready here. So I would like to train at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Jazz, we'll talk about this offline. But we might have to push it to a lunch. Wow, my brain is sizzling. Come on, can we get Pommy to 5K? Come on. Yes. Get in. Wait, is this 5K? Is this 5K, Pommy? Or is it 4995? Like what's yeah. Congratulations, bro. That's so good. That's unbelievably good. Wow. Look at us, eh? Look at us. Do I have a video? I don't know if I've got like a cool video to play. Oh, amazing. Stand by.
Absolutely amazing. This is the best night of my life ever. I just can't believe I'm here. I think I'm dreaming. I just can't.
Second half of the season, we're doing a title charge.
What else have I got here? Nothing that's really relevant. Oh, nah, I won't play that one. Okay. All right. Done. Pommy has 5K subs. The Monday Blues have 1K subs. Hey, don't forget, in the pinned comment, order your pins. They take about 2 days to get to you. If you order them now, get them before the Good Friday game. $17. They go on your scarf. I've also got this color as well. I don't know if you guys like this color better, but I just got a couple of them done. But these are the ones that are actually on sale. The other ones will be ready at some point. Sit there on your scarf like that. There you go. Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute.
Hey, I put pants on for this.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much, everyone. I was actually laid in bed and I've actually put clothes on. I was like naked as I turned the computer on. So, I mean, tell you what, you would nearly had a proper celebration then.
What were you doing having a bubble bath, mate?
Nah, I've already had that. Do you know what I mean? I was just loitering, mate. Just, you know, how often do you put clothes on for a stream? Not very
True.
often.
Well, not very often.
Well, you only ever see the top half. I could be telling the truth, could be totally lying. You just don't know, do you?
That's true. That's true. Wow. All of a sudden, these fan cams became very special fan cams, mate. Monumental. I mean, the numbers are the numbers. They don't really, you know, it's a vanity metric, but also it's not, because 5K is a significant number. And yeah, it's been a crazy journey, mate.
Mate, vanity. I did get a bit excited. Zoe would test. Look, she's in chat, hounding me. Look at that. The biggest troll in my life is my wife. Look, she's in the chat. Describe.
Do you know what's gonna be? You know what's a bubble?
What?
It's so hard to get a subscribe in this day and age, but I feel like from here on, moving forward, it's going to be a lot easier for the next generation that come through.
Yeah,
So
mate,
hard
mate,
right now.
You was funny actually. I was on an interview with Jesse
Yeah.
yesterday. What the fuck was that about, Pom? and I was actually saying, I remember because he didn't know you started on Facebook,
Yeah.
but he was even more shocked you started on a podcast. You were audio only.
Yeah, I was shy in front of the camera. Me.
Yeah, so we were chatting, and he was just talking about how I found you, and like he didn't believe me that like you were a podcast only, and I was like, I remember when me and Terry used to like get off the camera and like start celebrating because we had 10 live watchers. Like getting I remember when we did our first end of year review, and it was like 50.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were going mental off camera, like we thought we'd made it.
True. Wow. Yo, it's crazy, man. It's like your first episode on the channel was 2019. Mid-year, it was the game that it was Essendon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Essendon. I was in Shanghai. I was at the Port Adelaide Gold Coast or Port Adelaide. Yeah.
It's me,
and we were playing
your favorite
Essendon.
Pom.
Yeah, it's me, your favorite Pom, with this fucking sweater on. Oh, you royal melt. You absolute melt.
What a boffin. Yeah. Me and Jess were talking. It
Wow.
actually took me back because we were just talking about them early years, like you and me chatting via DM. It actually took me back because I forgot how much we used to really enjoy it. And like I said to Jesse, like now me and Terry could go for a poo and stream it and get 50 live.
Yeah.
But I was like, the grind has never changed. Like we still put the same effort in as we did then. Like I was like, that's what's not like linear.
Yeah.
Like we still work hard, and it's just the numbers are a bit better. And
they just
like
look
I said to him, it's kind of a culture shock because so like I said, for the kids watching out there, if you've got no subscribers, have the work ethic as if you've got 10 million.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Or when you get 10 million, you keep the work ethic. Like no, it's a good point. Wow, man. It's like, this is year 6. This is year 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wait.
Yeah, so it's 2019 you found me, so that's 2020.
Oh no, I did 18 podcast only, and then I did some video at the end of 18 on Facebook, and then the first YouTube video was mid 20. Yeah, with the whiteboard in the back, Cruiser and Matthew Lobe in and out.
Can I just say, I have the best memories of this channel because I have watched everything he's done. So, like, if anyone wants to make a compilation of embarrassing Terry moments, I've got them all stored here, like right here. Some great times, Terry. Like, the best videos you ever did, and no one will remember this, is Terry when he was outside. You outside. Honestly, some of the best Blue Abroad moments, like honestly, best Blue Abroad moments. Like every time, like freaking from a war zone and stuff like that. Like just insane stuff. Terry talking about an 80-point loss to Port while he's outside of McDonald's as it explodes. Like there is nothing better. Absolute gold.
Oh no! Oh no! Hang on. The computer's
so you know his camera's exploded from the memory.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm going to share the story about what happened the other day. This is what happened. What you're looking at is what happened the other day. Let's just see if this works.
See, look, even Zoe, this is how often we've watched you. Zoe knows about the desk punch. See, look.
Wow, this shit's what? Okay, hang on a sec. It's going to work. So what you all just saw, so I'll tell you all a little secret. The Lockie Fogarty, it's actually a sign it's time to go to bed. So I will go to bed. Lockie Fogarty interview, right? Oh, disaster. So 13 minutes into the interview, I asked the last question and that happens. What you just saw just happened. Camera freezes. I'm like, uh-oh. Go to the camera, turn it off, turn it on. The interview was like deleted, the whole lot. I can't tell you like the devastation I was going through, and Lockie was unbelievable about it. He's like, "Yeah, like, we'll just do it again." I'm like, "Oh, you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." And he had to go to a meeting. He only had like 8 minutes to spare. He's like, "No, let's do it again." So yeah, and we did it again. So anyway, long story short, this is the webcam camera. I just went and picked this up yesterday.
Do you remember
So
when
this-
you did that with TDK?
well, TDK, that was
It's happened again. Happened again. Terry
No,
Fox
T-
an interview. It happened again. That's the
TDK was me
one
just
better.
being stupid.
The
Yeah,
TDK
TDK
one's
was
better
my
because Terry was so excited. Like this
Yeah.
was like his first big interview. And I never forget, like you will never hear a man broken like when Terry rang me and said all the footage is corrupted. Like he was broken. It's funny now, but oh mate, like the Essendon loss was nothing compared to how Terry felt.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Yeah, that was wild. Peter V, the camel jacket. You know what? It's probably here.
That's vintage.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Oh shit.
How about them baggers? That's all I hear when I see that shirt.
The camel jacket is here. Probably got to get it dry cleaned. There are a lot of losses that have ingrained themselves into this jacket, mate.
When you wear that, all I hear is Steve. How about them baggers?
The baggers. Oh dear. Oh dear.
We should do at the end of the season like our top 5 favorite Blue Abroad moments because this is my 5th year. So round 19 will be 5 years Pom and Blue Abroad.
Wow. 6th birthday is coming up in a month, 18th of April. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck me. We've seen some shit. It's like we're like
We
Vietnam
have,
vets.
bro, we have seen some shit. That's why people actually ask me often, like, why are you so optimistic and positive? I'm like, mate, do you forget what we watched? You know?
Yeah. I like it when people hit you with "you've changed."
What do you mean?
And you're like, yeah, of course. Like you learn some things along the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, like I'm way more bubbly than I was first time.
You are wow, you know what? I think you always had that statistical, evidence-based way of doing things. I always remember it from the very beginning. I'm like, oh wow. You know what? Like when I hear Ed talk, the way Ed talks is the way I felt when I first met you, because the way you would talk and the way you would just like bring your arguments and put it all together in this like eloquent way, but also have the banter. I'm like, okay, great. Yep, that's what we need.
Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Hey, I try.
Yeah.
I try. Hey, it's what
Just
I
your
do.
favorite part. What are we doing? It's 1:35.
We literally have no lives. The rumors are me and Terry have no lives. It is
Yeah.
100% categorically true. I don't even care.
No, you know what it is? It's you just got to enjoy the season while it's here. Because when it's not here, it's tough, mate. It's tough to be alive.
You know
in
what I
off-season.
think we should do? I don't know if he's watching. I've seen him in chat. Assertive media. We need end of season show has to be at Chad Daddy's.
We will go back to Shad Daddies for one last time. We'll lick the finger and go again.
Because I miss it. Like how good were them? They were the days, mate.
They were the days. They were the
I
days.
actually watched that stream. Do you remember when we did the draft live, the trade
Mhm.
period, and we had like me I was like on this couch that I
On
was
the couch.
sinking in.
Yeah, I do remember. Hey, what happened 2019 against Richmond?
Oh, where we were really close. Don't you remember? We were really close. It looked like we were going to win. Then we got run over the top. And it was a bit like 2018, but a little bit better. And then,
Okay.
yeah, don't you remember? Because 2018 is my favourite Richmond game because we had Gold Coast and everyone was guaranteeing we were going to beat Gold Coast. And Gold Coast absolutely destroyed us. Yeah, I've never been so confident on a train as I was that Gold Coast game. Honestly, that was bad.
Okay, what about 2020? I don't remember, but we covered it. We did it.
So,
hang on.
So 2023 was the draw. 2022 was the win.
Yeah.
Do you remember? 2022 was the win.
Oh, 2020 was lockdown.
Yeah, that was
in front of nobody. No, in front of half the stadium. We were there. We lost. Yeah.
Yeah, Webby remembers the old one. Look, the first 5 goals. And then it was the 4th quarter. They absolutely killed us. And it was like the classic Carlton belief. These are the best side. We're just a quarter off. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's going to be all right. It's not, but we're going to be all right.
I'm just...
Yeah, Peter, 2021. Do you remember it? Oh, God, I remember 2021.
Hang on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Oh, they were good times.
Here we go, baby. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Look at Terry. Look at Terry serious as shit.
Oh, Dane. Amazing.
Whatever happened with Dane?
Ready for this? You ready for this?
Wow. Mate, love
Collingwood
seeing you
next
on the
week.
fan cams.
Absolutely. Collingwood next week, mate. Must win. Must win.
Absolutely.
So that right there, this here, wait, can you see my cursor? No.
I'm just laughing.
That
Next
is now
week.
the Michael Jordan poster. That is now, yeah, it's the same room.
I remember when you used to have that picture at Shad Daddy's and you and Shad used to spend like 7 hours leveling it.
Yep.
Absolutely must win. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No worries, mate. Have a good night.
See you, Ledge.
Must
Alrighty, Brixton, thanks so much for the $2 donation, mate. Really much appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
Let's get Pommy in.
Yeah,
He's
let's
sitting here and he looks a little sad. Hey, mate.
Why am I on a bed?
What are you doing?
That was my first question.
Hey, how are you doing? You all right?
Oh, I'm sad. Obviously, I'm gutted. But like, I kind of know that this is the therapy that we need. So here we go. How are you going? What do you think?
I mean, it's a tough one because it really hurts, doesn't it? For some reason, this one hurt a lot more than any other game, any other game that I can remember. And I think my takeout from this is Richmond worked smarter, we worked harder. And I think that, to me, that was the difference. And I look at it and I think that the midfield pressure just wasn't quite there, particularly the forward pressure as well from Carlton today, which is something that I know Teague is hot on, but only 2 tackles coming inside 50 for Carlton all game from our players. We covered that in the in the game lead up to the game that's where it was. And for me, that's where Carlton really need to cement down, because in the end, it just put the backline under pressure. Then meant that many inside 50s is really started from our forward pressure. They walked it out so easy at times.
I've got really
but, I mean, let's be honest, the boys should be proud of themselves. I mean, it's the first time that I can remember since the famous 2013 game that we have worked so hard that we've made Richmond go into their 4th gear.
Well, you know, you and I spoke about this as well.
Dear.
We wanted Richmond to.
I was right though. We just needed to be fucking more aggressive with our pressure. Hey, I'm proud of that.
True.
Not so proud of my ankles on show. What was I thinking?
I don't know what you're going on there, mate.
Like, dude, oh, Pom. Sort your fucking life out, mate.
So again, just a reminder, we've seen some shit. And
How grey have I gotten since? That's 2 years, Terry.
yeah, mate, we've been through a lot.
Fucking hell. Did David Teague do that much to me? Look, Jesus.
Did you see the video Dan Gorringe put up about what Teague was making them do with the goal kicking?
No, what was he doing?
Get out of here. Oh my God. Okay, stand by. Stand by. Oh wow, I can't believe I'm going to get your live reaction to this. Stand
Can I just say,
by.
if you've logged out and you got to see me half naked on a bed, you have missed out. Like, I tell you what,
Yeah.
this is why you hang around 2.5 hours.
Yeah, correct. This would not be happening if we had a loss tonight. I'll give you the hot tip.
I would have probably. I think this should happen if we lose. It'll make me feel better.
Hang on.
I just can't believe how much I've aged in 2 years. This is Zoe's fault. She's in chat. That's her. Her and Carlton.
Oh, can someone tell me where? Oh, yep. Okay, ready?
I can't believe I was on a bed.
Okay, have a listen to this.
Obviously got the ability. Is it the ball movement?
No, it's not that.
I was excited.
Where is it?
That was my first ever interaction with Gary Senior.
No. He was telling the story of goal kicking with Teague.
Have a go at Track's boots.
No. Has he deleted it?
And we know Pom's a big David Teague fan.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, dear.
Oh, tell a story about Harry's goal kicking or the Blues goal kicking in general as to why things might have been shaky for the last couple of seasons. Under Teague has said, right, boys, I need to put you in a situation where you feel the pressure of goal kicking. Teague would make them, or did make them, do some cardio in the pool, get out of the pool, run to the locker room, put their boots on, run out, not dry off yet, run out, kick a goal, and do it over and over again.
That can't be true.
Crazy. There were players who were doing this stuff in the pool with full kits on, boots and all. How crazy is that? Tell a story about.
Oh, God, I knew we were shit. I didn't realise we were that shit.
All the memories started flooding back.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I know that 5 years later. Like, if someone had tipped me off, then I would have fucking snapped. Like, did you hear the end of it? There was some people that got into the pool in full kit to try and make it. Like, what? Can you imagine now when they invite you to behind closed doors training, and then you having to ring me going, Pom, they did this drill.
And then it's like, oh, why do you have blind faith in the club? It's like, yeah, I believe in Michael Voss and what he's doing at the club. Yeah, I believe in what Brian Cook's doing at the club. Yeah, I believe in what Luke Sayers is doing at the club. Wow, the camera's fucked, mate.
Terry, you need to put the camera in a swimming pool.
It's just overheating, all right?
Mate,
It's
I'm just trying to get my head round how that would replicate pressure.
Mate.
Because when you said cardio, I understand that because soccer players do that with penalties. They have to do 10 laps and then take the penalty, and it's like meant to replicate playing 90 minutes, being tired and thinking about something else. But it's the swimming pool run. I'm imagining Cripps run a lap on the swimming pool and then everyone running to the because the locker room and the swimming pool's miles away. We've done the walkthrough. Oh, I wish I'd seen it. I don't, but I wish.
Can you imagine we knew about it back then?
Terry, I used to go mental with David Teague about the way he played. Imagine if I'd caught wind that they were doing like some kind of weird blooming Takeshi's Castle shit at training. I would have fucking lost it, Terry. Absolutely. I would have been saying Banter FC.
Doing a preview, review, fan cams back then, play ratings back then, weekly content, covering it live. Just There's no way that story is false. Sorry, there's no way Dan Gorringe would upload that video if it wasn't true, right? Surely not.
You know what? Right? Usually, I would call bullshit on a lot of things, but for some reason, I look at Carlton then, and the fact he was doing exactly like Trick says, total wipeout at training does not fucking surprise me. I tell you, like I am actually surprised it's only that funny.
Oh dear.
Like I believe that 100%. I need no evidence. That's fact.
Oh dear.
No
Anyway,
wonder we were shit.
no wonder we were shit. But you know what? I still love Tiggy. I still do.
I'm glad you do.
All right. That is it. That is the end of the fan camps. Hey, that was fun. That was fun. You got to enjoy them while you get them because wins are hard to come by. And we got a solid win tonight. A stressful win, but a solid win nonetheless. Pommy, congratulations on 5K. Monday Blues.
Thank you very much, everyone.
On 1K. Yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Yeah. Go Blues.
Go Blues.